Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another RC Wednesday night stream. I'm Ranger J 1999. Hope everybody's having a great hump day. Glad to have you all here on the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. This is our Wednesday night show. This is where we break down the latest and greatest in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news and give you a little bit of insight on what it all means. And I brought the crew along with me so we can have fun and let madness ensue. So let's introduce everybody. We've got, of course, the troll extraordinaire, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. Yes? No?
Sorry, I'm still working on the other stuff.
Oh, so yeah. I was like, what? This was Silencio, por favor?
This is so professional.
I know, right?
Sorry, I'm typing.
Also joining us, who's also paying attention more than Dr. Finn, is of course the lovely Tismet Venom.
Hey guys.
Thank you for responding in a timely manner, Tits. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. It's because I respect you on a professional level.
That's
Ranger.
why we get along. Also joining us on his way home from work is the lightsaber builder extraordinaire, the sexy Buddha himself, Mr. Loki.
What's up? What's up?
And
everybody?
Yay, Sir Loki, glad to have you here. And of course, last but not least, the Ted Danson impersonator himself, the one and only, the big deal, the brown Gandalf, the beerless one, the Wi-Fi government stealer, the chicken chaser, the French tickler, Grande Pappy Patron.
What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Lord Grande Verga Patron, coming at you again. How's it going, everyone?
You're retarded.
I am. This is so true.
Oh my god. All right, and so and we do have
Ranger, how have you been? Nobody asked you how you've been.
I've been doing good. You know, I voted yesterday. My candidates did really well. I'm glad to see everyone. We had everyone participated and voted, and that's all that matters to me.
There you go.
No matter which way you lean.
Totally agree.
You know, and then our president decided to lose his mind today, so that's fine. I swear we have the biggest buffoon in the White House. You know, just the biggest idiot.
Stay away from religion and politics.
No, I'll say it loud and I'll say it proud. I think he's a moron. So.
Oh gosh. What a way to start out the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you were doing.
Goodbye, viewers.
Hi there.
There he is.
Republicans.
Hey. Yeah, the Republicans are like, yeah, we kind of think he's an idiot too.
All right.
Back on topic.
So you back with us?
Not yet. I'm still finishing up.
Okay, well, if you do have questions, go ahead and put your questions into the stream. I can see we have a lot of people there. We do have some new ones like Ted Danza and Val Bacon.
Ted Danza's on the stream now?
Yeah,
Val Bacon's on the
Val
stream?
Bacon there, yeah. We got Scrooge McDougal.
We have Scrooge McDougal as a viewer?
Yeah,
awesome.
so they magically appeared out of nowhere, yeah.
I thought you were going to say peed his pants.
No, well, I mean, they might do that too.
Well,
All right.
I'm glad we have all those viewers.
Yes,
Dude, that's awesome.
They just from Grande's imagination to being in chat. It's an amazing thing. But if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Dr. Finn Medicine Woman will scoop those up. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, and we'll get to that once we get through all the news and notes of the show and everything like that. If you haven't already, hit a thumbs up on the video. It really does help us get our content out there in the YouTube world. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We do a lot of live streaming. If you like the content, you love what we're doing, then please support us by subscribing. Then you can hit the bell and get that notification when we're doing our live streams. And then, real quick, after we get done with this string. You know, Grande, I do know how to do the show. I've been doing this a long time. Jesus. God in heaven. It's like
everybody needs a supervisor.
Whose freaking turn is it to watch him? Someone put a bell on Grande or something. Jesus Christ.
He's going to start yelling at you to put your night clothes on.
Someone get the stick thingy. We need the stick thingy for Grande. But if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't checked out our Patreon, please check out our Patreon as well. We have different levels of Patreon supporters that you can be, so please check out that. And then we've got our ACS stuff that we're doing. We're going to be running a half marathon in April to raise money for the American Cancer Society. We're going to get to that stuff much later. All right, that's all the mechanisms. Dr. Finn, are you able to speak now?
I need
Probably
like 2
not.
minutes.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait. First of all, we want to talk about the shout-out word of the day.
Yes, we do have a shout-out word of the day.
We do. And the shout-out word of the day is bacon with a lowercase b. B-A-C-O-N, like as in Kevin Bacon. So if you will please type the word bacon, or what you have for breakfast sometimes, or what you put on a hamburger, B-A-C-O-N, bacon is the word of the day. So if you want your name shouted out on stream, type the word bacon, lowercase b, in the chat, and Nightbot will pick it up.
Yep. And then we'll have the great Grande Pappy Patron read the names. And if he gets your name wrong, guess what you get? You get a free roster review.
Or we make you put your night clothes on.
Yeah.
One of the two.
There you go.
The kid, they're making fun of me because I was multitasking before we came on, and one of the things I asked was for all my children to put on their bedtime clothes. Oh man!
The funniest thing is, he was like, you look handsome when you're clean. It's like, okay.
See, I did say that to one of my children. I did.
See what happens when you use soap and water? It's an amazing thing.
What can I say?
Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say.
Cleanliness is right next to Grande Patron. Yes, I totally agree.
No, you're not a Roman dictator.
Well, it's a big deal.
Octavius Grande Maximus, General of the Third Legion. Guys, all right, here's the plan, guys.
Delius Bigus.
Oh man. Twitter question. You can see it on our Twitter, and our Twitter handle is down below. And it's at Capital Games, was going to introduce 4 new character bonuses in Territory Wars in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Name one of the characters you would want and why. So, if they were going to introduce some new bonuses, like the bonuses we have right now for this month, Grievous, Windu, Cup, and Dooku, if you were going to put in some other ones, what character bonuses would you want in Territory Wars and why?
There you go. Now, the way we'll do the Twitter responses, we'll read those at the end, and basically we'll read the responses, and we'll allow the lovely Tiz McVenom to pick the ones that she finds most amusing or the best responses, depending on which route you go. So think about something that could either make Tit snort or make you like you more.
Let's go with like.
That's right.
Like you more.
And then we also have the video of the week, Ranger. Can you tell us a little bit about that video of the week?
I have no idea about the video of the week. Finn just made me download it, and basically it's Palpatine.
Miami Heat.
Yeah, yep. Palpatine hates the Jedi, and so he's wrecking them with Revan.
All right, so I'm back. I might need to go depending on the messages I get, but yeah. So Yeah, so the video is by Miami Heat, and he basically shows. And Grande, you talked about this a lot on the lunch stream, and this goes also. This is a whole like Grande lunch stream kind of intro thing, because that was also where the bacon being the shout out word of the day came from. Yeah. But it's Miami Heat doing a video on how you can run Traya with Emperor Palpatine to beat Revan, and how basically Emperor Palpatine is just killer against Revan without even having to do anything. It's just having his unique up, and as the Jedi keep on going, they just keep on hurting themselves over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So it's just a really cool video that Miami Heat put out.
Especially
so again,
Ezra, it'll just wipe Ezra out.
Oh yeah,
Ezra can actually die just because Palpatine is there. I mean, it's the craziest thing.
So you guys want to, if you guys would please, again, we're trying to support all of the people that spend time in order to record their gameplay, put it up on YouTube, whatever it is. We want to support them because this is a community where we're trying to disseminate information for everyone, and he spent time in order to do it. And so the link is in the description of the video. It is the video of the week. It is by Miami Heat. So go to it, like the video, subscribe to his channel, and yeah, it's a good video.
There's some really great YouTubers out there that make videos, and some of them make videos almost every day.
Yeah, just for fun.
Of what they're running in arena or what they're running in ships, and go out there and support those people. Those are the ones on the front lines doing the testing, recording for their guild, recording for all of us. I mean, I can't tell you just over the last week how many different AAT solo teams I've seen now. I mean, Night Sister solo teams, Revan solo teams, and you're like, holy crap, you could solo the AAT with anything now. Anyway, so it's just very interesting. VIP shout-outs, we ready for those?
Yes, so. Grande, if you're ready to start reading the names,
I'm ready.
God help us, everyone prepare for damage.
Can I say it's been a while since Grande's actually read the names? So I'm glad to have him.
I'm very nervous about this.
It's been
now,
a while.
Usually it has been a while, and of course, the lovely Tits will grade Grande on his reading comprehension skills and give him a grade overall. So, Grande,
I have a feeling it's going to be fun tonight because he's a bit hyper.
Yeah.
I'm a bit. All right, so VIP shout-outs. We want to give a big thank you to all of our Patreon VIPs. You guys really help us quite a bit keep everything running, help us get new equipment, and help us make sure that we have great internet connection. We definitely appreciate that. So VIP shout-outs, Chopper BZ, Contingent 33, Corinth, Darth Talon, Harbinger.
Wrong.
Darth Teflon. Darth Teflon. Sorry. Harbinger. Pete Lamb. The Renovator, also known as the Revenator, but the Rose Taco, Slashman Rhodes, Spaceman Tim, Tallywhack, Tenebris, the Tor, Walter Arnold, and I don't know how you say this one, Zara Hushra. Thrushra. Man, I totally messed that one up. Zara Thrushra. Sorry.
No words can describe Grande.
Really?
I missed this. Can I say how much I missed this?
Me too.
I missed this.
Totally. Darth
Zara Thrushra.
People were saying this earlier in like Discord, where basically like one of the lunch streams was just me laughing at Grande, and all I can say is Grande to me is just like the most hilarious person ever.
He was put on this planet.
I can't help it. Grande just makes me laugh. I can't help
Zara.
I love the dude. Grande, I love you.
Thanks, I appreciate it. You should see him whenever we're not on stream. I'm making him laugh for no reason.
It's true.
In general.
I'm convinced that Grande is the dumbest, smartest person I know. So there's
you and my wife both.
It's Zarathustra.
Say it again.
Zara.
I got that part right.
Thustra.
Got it. Yeah. Now I'll get it right from now on.
No, you won't. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a continuous thing that is going to cause us much damage in the future. Oh, that's a lot of shout-outs. Okay, here we go for part 2. These are just people that put the word bacon in the...
Here we go. So I
oh, my God.
I already need to do 2 roster reviews. I'm going to screw up the first one. So regular shout-outs. Thanks for watching. Guys and gals, we really appreciate it. Angie Bree 2000.
You got it.
Is that okay? Atomic Fish, Atomic Robot, Blackbeard Premium, Captain Blackbeard.
Arr.
Those people might be related. Clone Troop 211, Corinth, and then this is Grievous 01, and D Perks, Dana Descent, Darth Hideous, Darth Tallywhack My Knacker, Darth Bob, Devil's Treasure, Fatality V2, Force Master 77, Good Old Maurice, Grim, Hyman Cheese, Harbinger. Then we have Helenex of the UWOL, Corellia, and the GRDs.
It's GRDS. The Guild Recruitment Discord server.
The GRDs. The Gerdies are here.
He's not wrong. I mean, you could go the Gerdies.
Bird.
Gurdy.
And I'm a Viking, Gerd and Gergen.
Jason Hobby, JLY9, John Moran, JVU 420, Kashmir, Kobe Wan, Lord Megatron, Luke Cyrocker, M. Farquhar, Molly, Mateus Cavalcanti, Maz Kanata, Mayo Kilo 89, Mamo Kilo 89.
That's my guild mate. He's the one who plays Heroes of the Storm with us all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him Mayo from now on. He's the Mayo Killer. That's
Mayo. I think that might be his new nickname, Mayo.
Mayo Killer. We got it. It's done.
Also known as Grey Poupon.
Oh my god.
It's Mamo Kilo.
Mamo Kilo.
Not anymore.
Like Mayo.
It's Mayo Kilo.
Mayo Killer. He's the
Mayo Killer.
Mr. Penny Pinch. Ouchie Dumpling, Raza 972, Scooby, Silverboat, Sir Loki, Slashman Rhodes, Stamma Ospuff, Takedown Games, The Tor, Thomas, Willingham, Travis Anderson, Val Bacon, Val Baconator, Vito Antu, Walter Arnold, What Else 73, and Decepticons and Shields Ghost.
That's one of my guild officers from MC.
I see a lot of Dark Lords in here.
I say you did a C+ on that one.
Yeah,
I did a C+.
No, give him an A because now you have a new nickname for Mayo Killer.
Mayo
That is
Killer.
true.
Yeah, that alone is worth an A right there.
Mamo is one of my favorite people, so the fact that you gave me a
And
Mayo
he got
Killer.
Angie Bree in the beginning. It's so weird when he messes up. You just see it happen, and you're like, "Wait, what?" Gerdendersen. Gerdendersen.
I'm here to be entertaining. I'm glad you folks are entertained.
I like the ham and cheese, like
Hamon.
Hamon and cheese.
Hamon and cheese. Fluffy, what should you have today? Oh, I don't know, darling. How about some hamon and cheese? Oh, righto. Delicious.
Oh, man. So, let's go right into the news.
Oh, it's now time for the news.
I love how we got a status update, which is from Grum to say that there will be we now have a road ahead status update. It's 3.5 weeks late, I think, but whatever.
Whatever. You don't know me.
I'll read this. This one's short, so I'll go ahead and read it. This is from CG, SB Crumb. Hiya, Holotable Heroes. I know the question many of you have been asking is, why do they even have trash compactors on the Death Star? No, wait. It's Where's the Road Ahead blog. In short, we are wrapping up the final details and hope to have ready for you soon. we made some changes to the next few months, including to the next few months' schedule, and this has delayed the road ahead a bit longer than usual. The tentative plan is to share it around the end of next week, but as with all things, subject to change while Carrie finalizes some final details. Thanks again for your patience. I think the whole top part was a joke, by the way. I know a lot of people are reading into it that he mentioned the Death Star and trash compactors.
No.
I think everybody got that it was a joke. I really
well, but
hope so.
somebody was actually like, the reason why he said it is because we're getting a Death Star raid. And I'm like, guys, I don't think he thought about it that much.
No.
I think he literally just said a joke.
Yeah.
And y'all are reading way too much into what he said. He was just trying to lighten the mood before he said something that was kind of a little bit of a bummer. That's it.
Yeah. So we'll get the road ahead halfway through, almost the quarter.
Almost a third of the way through, at least, through the quarter. Yeah. That's okay. Well, it is what it is.
It'll come out when it's ready, and no sooner, damn it. I'll turn this damn car around. You won't get any road ahead status.
The next item that we have is the server update post.
Server issues. Yep, server issues 11/5/2018.
Basically saying that they've been experiencing. This started out from Top Hat, and it says, "Hi, Holotable Heroes. We are experiencing some server issues again today. We are in the midst of trying to resolve it, and we'll update this thread when we have more to report." And then Crumb said, "Hi, folks. The server issues have been resolved. Please restart your client if you are still experiencing issues. Thank you for your patience." So hopefully they've gotten all the server stuff worked out.
There you go.
I hope.
And it says right after that, we have got them resolved. Feel free to start your client.
Oh, the next item is Ranger's favorite part of the show, which is it's time for us to do the meta report.
Okay, so I didn't post the final one.
No, you didn't, Finn.
Because I got distracted. Sorry, I got distracted because I just put up the forum post.
What?
The forum post is up. Okay. So this goes into the next thing, and I'll put the final agenda here. So you guys.
Yeah, why don't you?
Why don't you
We're reading the wrong thing.
No, you're reading the right thing up until that point. Okay, so we're going to talk about the ACS stuff now.
So what do I need to pull up next?
Okay, the Tiltify link, but I'll just talk about what I was doing and why.
So go to the Tiltify thing.
Yeah, we're good with the Tiltify now.
Okay,
so
I'll go to
essentially,
the Tiltify page. Okay.
Why I was quiet at the beginning is because I was putting a post on the general discussion forums on the Star Wars Galaxy of Hero forums, and RSG working with the American Cancer Society is now pinned to the general discussion forums.
There you go.
So that's what I was working on. So I want to thank CG and stuff for basically supporting us.
That's very nice of them.
The word out.
Shout out to CGB Crumb for assisting in that.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout
out.
It
was really cool that they did that.
Yeah, that is very nice of them. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And so what we are doing is, and just to kind of recap everything, and we'll have something at the end, and I'll tell you guys all about that here. But so in June, we raised money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and we raised over $10,000, and it was a great thing. And what we want to do as Reality Skewed gamers is not only kind of build a gaming community, and it was largely Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, so we love you guys. We also want to make sure that whatever we do impacts the society at large, right? It's not just about talking about games and having fun. We want to make an impact. So like yesterday, it was Ranger, whether you voted Republican, Democrat, it doesn't really matter. We wanted you to go out and vote because it makes a difference, right? And so we want to make a difference also in the community. And so we wanted to start our fundraiser for 2019. And we are actually partnering up with the American Cancer Society, and they have been awesome so far with helping us. We even had Tommy a couple times ago from the American Cancer Society hop on and talk and kind of explain everything that they're doing. So this is a really awesome partnership that we're doing in. And so what we are doing is doing a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society, and our goal is higher than it was last year. We got 10,000 last year, and that was kind of the first time we had delved into the whole fundraising thing. Like, this isn't this is all kind of new to us, right? But we got a lot of experience with that. We loved the way we were able to do stuff with Tiltify and engage with the community, and so we are doing Tiltify again. And we are raising money for the American Cancer Society. The link is now in the description of the YouTube video. It should be popping up I'm going to have it start popping up by Nightbot as well. And so we have a Tiltify page. And you can go to the Tiltify page and donate to the American Cancer Society. You have the rewards. We have the polls and challenges like last time. We're going to be adding more and more stuff. And we'll go through some of those as well. One of the things that was requested from the last time was if you wanted to take advantage of your company match, you had to donate kind of directly to the charity. Like, there wasn't anything for through Tiltify. And so we also have a link in the description to go directly to the ACS page. And so we have an ACS page that they set up for us for the Reality Skewed Gamers team, for you to donate there as well. And what is the team for? Well, we are running a half marathon in April at the Run Disney Star Wars Rival Run weekend. So we plan on representing the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community as best we can. And so we're hoping that you guys would be able to support us for that. Why are we choosing the American Cancer Society? Well, cancer has affected every one of us in one way or another. It may be somebody very close to you, it may be an acquaintance. If you're in the medical field, it might be patients that you've dealt with. So cancer has affected people everywhere. And this year, it's actually affected us somewhat closely. And it is because one of the original members of Reality Skewed Gamers, back when we were Real Sith the Genius, Sith Lord Stu, who is now part of Stu's World, where he does a lot of guitar videos, where he's an awesome guitarist. He's done a lot of music and stuff for us already. And he was on the stream. Yeah, he's an awesome dude. He was unfortunately diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And it was a type of cancer with the staging that basically makes it so he is unfortunately never going to be deemed cancer-free, but he can be deemed to be in remission. He has some tests coming up, but he had his treatment. He is good now. He has played his guitar for the first time. We mentioned this on the stream before, where he was going to be playing guitar for the first time after months of treatment and everything for his cancer. And so at the end of the stream, we're going to be playing you Stu's story, which is going to be he's going to tell you about his story. It's a video he recorded on his channel as well, so Stu's World, and also a clip about what happened when he played his guitar for the first time. So we'll play that at the end, but we are raising money for the American Cancer Society and moving with the Stay Strong campaign. So the Tiltify page has a bunch of different things that you guys can donate towards, and we finished setting this up for you guys. We have the first one, which is the are you on the rewards page, Ranger?
Not yet. You want to go there?
So let's go to the rewards page, and we'll talk about some of the rewards and stuff that we have. So currently we have 4 rewards that are listed. And all of these will take place, well, not all of them, but some of these will take place on December 15th, which is when we're planning on doing our 12-hour live stream. And the first one is for 350. 350. We're going to be...
Hey, John, 350, go get that largest monster.
We will tell dad jokes on the live stream. So anytime we hit 350, we will tell a dad joke. And if Grande is there, we will definitely have Grande telling the dad joke. Grande, are you ready for that? Are you ready for the challenge of telling dad jokes?
Oh, I love telling dad jokes.
We know.
Yeah.
God help us.
So we will have that as a reward. So anytime you guys donate $350 to that reward, we will read a dad joke. And if there's a few of those queued up before we start, we'll start off the stream with the dad jokes. There's also $5 in order to get your name shouted out. And you can say whatever name you want to get shouted out, as long as it isn't profane. Be reasonable in the name that you want us to shout out. And also, you can pick your voice of choice. to have your name read out. And so your choices are Bane, Harry Carey, Kermit, Hindu Kermit, Batman, Yoda, Arnold, Palpatine, Randy Newman, Ranger pretending to be Grande, Christopher Walken, Donald Trump, and Bill Clinton. So if you guys buy that reward, there is a question that asks you guys what name you want to be shouted out and what voice you want us to use. So make sure that you fill that out. We also have PC games that are available thanks to Sanely Red. So we have a few games there where if you guys donate $10 to the PC Game Codes reward, we will send you a game code for a random game. And there are choices such as Assassin's Creed, Chronicles China, there's Batman Arkham Origins, Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Mad Max, Terraria. So we have a bunch of games that you guys can potentially get. There's limited. We have 25 games only that we're giving out. So if you guys want that, that is available as well. And the big thing that we're doing, because we're trying to promote the Stu Strong campaign, is that we have wristbands. And so it's those silicone wristbands that you can get, right? And so we are making Stu Strong campaign silicone bands that you guys can see in that wristband. So if you click on the reward ranger, it'll bring up the image and you can kind of see what the wristband is going to look like. It is the Stu Strong. We are trying to move the whole Stu Strong campaign, so you guys can go ahead and, if you want, it's $15. The money obviously going to the American Cancer Society. We will send those to you beginning in the middle of December. I should be getting them by the end of November, and then I'll start mailing them out to you, so you guys can get those and support Stu Strong. So get that, take pictures on social media, put hashtag Stu Strong, and let's get this going. So those are the rewards that we have currently available, and there may be more. Let's go to the challenges next. And so we have 3 challenges right now available for everyone. The first challenge, thanks to Dana and her kid, we will be... God, she basically guilted me into it. And so... God.
Oh, gosh, I didn't even see this one.
God. So...
This is good.
So Dana's daughter wanted me to dress up with, to dye my hair white. I'm not going to dye it, but I'll wear a wig of silver and white hair, put glitter and rhinestones in it. And we have a dinner that we're going to have with the American Cancer Society the day before, or 2 days before the run. And so if we fill out that challenge, then I will do that. We have Grande.
Oh, and we'll film that too for you guys.
Oh, yeah. We'll have pictures and all that. We also have the option of Grande wearing a shirt that says, I am CG Carey's pool boy, when we go to Disney on Saturday. So I will design that shirt and I'll bring it to Grande when we go on Saturday. So you can be surprised by the shirt, Grande.
I will be surprised.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun shirt. Then we also have...
Make sure it's a midriff shirt.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Why?
I'm not doing that to Carrie because she might see that and just throw up. Pool boy.
I'm right here.
Oh my God. There.
Are you gonna wear the short running shorts too?
Oh my
That'd be awesome.
God.
There's nothing I can. There.
You can't unsee things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. There's no unseeing thing. And then lastly, I have one, and I put it in brackets there. This is kind of a SWGOH specific challenge, where I will put a Zeta on any character that wins the poll, and we'll go to the polls next. If we reach that challenge, I will Zeta a character.
I wonder what Dana's daughter would say for this challenge.
For the Zeta one?
No,
well,
for
we
the
have...
other one.
Yeah.
He needs to put a little bow and glitter on his porn hat, and he needs to dress up his AK with sparkles.
From the mouth of babes.
Oh, that was so adorable.
So now you guys have to fulfill that challenge. For
Yeah. You have to do it. So.
Dana's daughter wants it. You guys have to donate to that challenge. I don't know why I'm promoting it. I don't. Oh, God. Okay.
And if you want Grande to dress up as a Hooters girl, basically.
Oh God.
With
God. Nobody wants to see that. You're not promoting it. God damn. God, somebody already donated $20 to me wearing that. God damn it.
Yes.
I just checked the challenge and somebody already donated.
Yeah, Mobile Gamer, the tour, Maz
Well, so
Katana.
I was going to give a shout out to Mobile Gamer because Mobile Gamer was the first one to donate. He donated $20 to the Tiltify campaign, so shout out to Mobile Gamer.
Awesome.
But with the challenge, right, with regards to the Zeta, so I'll put a Zeta on any character that wins the poll. There's also a poll with regards to which character I will Zeta. And so your choices are Amilyn Holdo, Bodhi Rook, Clone Wars Chewie, Night Sister Initiate, and Rose Tico.
Night Sister Initiate.
God. So
Lunara, baby. Come on. We don't.
Lunar is actually useful.
She's actually useful.
Some scenarios. Not a lot, but yeah. So so if that challenge gets fulfilled on December 15th, I will Zeta the character that wins that poll. So that's there too. And we'll keep on adding more, and it should be fun. Again, there are things that you guys can get from this as well. Again, we have the wristbands and everything. So please donate and help us out. Again, we're going to have as much fun as we can with you guys. We'll have some rewards. I can tell you, we're trying to figure out the best way to get you guys the rewards, but the American Cancer Society has given us some stuff to give away to you guys as well.
Yep.
There are some towels, some shirts, some water bottles. I mean, they give us a whole bunch of stuff that we'll give away, and it's American Cancer Society determination gear. And so we will be giving those away as well. So we have the link directly to the ACS page. And the other thing is we've been working on our website. It's one of the things that we've been trying to build and make good. We have the format and everything ready. And if you guys have gone to our homepage, you've seen that it just says kind of under construction, and we've been kind of building it. But we do have the post where you can go and see the Stu Strong campaign and get all of the information that you want from it. So head to the webpage if you want more information. One thing that there's a couple of things you will see on our website there, and we'll get back to kind of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes right after this, is we do have our first Reality Skewed Gamers hat. It is a stitched hat. We did have a trucker hat, but I know McVenom was not a huge fan of the trucker hat. So
No.
We have our first stitched hat, and it is actually to commemorate the 2019 charity campaign we are doing with the American Cancer Society. And so all proceeds from the sale of the hat, so all the money that comes to us is going straight out, and half of it is going to go to the American Cancer Society for the Tiltify campaign and the half marathon that we're running. And the other half is going to go to Sith Lord Stu and his GoFundMe, because he is trying to deal with all the medical bills and everything after his cancer surgery and all the treatment that he's going to need. So all of the money from the hat sales is going to a good cause. So if you guys want the first stitched hat, and it's going to be available only for a limited time. As we get to April, we'll end the sale of this. So if you guys want the RSG hat, that commemorates our 2019 campaign, head to our webpage, which is linked below. Go to our ACS page, and you will see the hat. And you can also see Stu's story, and we'll play that at the end of the stream, and you guys can listen to what Stu has been going to. So there you go.
All right.
And I have to say, that's a sexy looking hat.
Oh, yeah. And then Sanely mentioned one thing that is really, really important as well. When we hit 15,000 on Tiltify, we have a really big giveaway. So the bigger, and I'll let Loki describe it, because he's probably the one with that you would respect the most. But we have, Loki, do you want to describe what we're going to give away at 15,000?
I mean, it's a there's no other way to say it. It's a pretty elaborate lightsaber build. Yeah, it's not mine though. It's actually donated by somebody in the community. So
yeah, and he's okay with us saying his name. I asked him, so it's by Sword of the Jedi. He has
That's awesome.
Donated a lightsaber,
but not just any lightsaber.
It's Mara Jade's lightsaber.
That's
so
kind of sick, cool,
awesome. Dude. It is.
And we'll put pictures and stuff of it on our webpage soon. And so we'll show you guys that. But when we hit 15,000, anyone that donated to the Tiltify or to the ACS page, so we're keeping track of that as well.
We've already got people donating.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Wow, we're already up to 350. You guys are freaking awesome. Wow.
That's insane.
Oh, holy. Wait, what? Hold on.
Yep.
Wait.
Rose Taco, just put that in.
He donated 250 that I have to donate. I have to Zeta Rose Tico. So if that challenge gets filled, then I'm gonna have to Zeta Rose Tico. It looks like.
That's right.
Unless
Rose
somebody
Taco
beats
for the
Rose
Taco.
If that challenge gets filled, then yeah. Unless somebody outbids the poll.
Are you hoping somebody outbids it?
I doubt it.
If somebody really wants me to do Bodhi Rook.
I'm the pilot.
I wasn't even foolish enough to do that one.
Thanks, everybody. Already.
Rose Taco, that's amazing.
Awesome.
Now, are you planning on doing anything cool with that lightsaber, Loki? Is there going to be a surprise that you're going to be doing something with?
No, I'd love to do. I'd actually. I wasn't able to get home in time to do a. I wanna actually like showcase it on one of the Wednesday night streams. So maybe we're gonna. I think Finn, we're gonna target.
So you got
next
some.
week. We'll do
you got some Dr. Frankenstein stuff you're going to be doing. That's going to be pretty badass.
I'm telling you.
No, I mean,
I have one of
we're just going to showcase it so you guys can actually see the awesome.
Honestly, it needs to be shown off. I mean, it's really special. I mean, Sword of the Jedi put a lot of work into this thing. It's all custom made. He didn't buy a kit that normally when I build my stuff, I buy empty kits and I assemble them and I do. But I mean, this dude built the whole thing from the ground up. It's amazing, man. I unboxed it and I was like, dude, I almost like want to donate a crap load of money to try to get it myself. It's that cool.
That's awesome, dude.
It's really cool. He's super generous. I was blown away by it because it's all the latest parts. It's all the latest builds. And I told Finn already that I'd love to, we have to showcase it from the ground up, on one of the streams. So actually I hit up Sword of the Jedi just for like a build sheet and kind of tell me what he did so I can summarize it properly. So it's very elaborate. It's a one of a kind. You can't buy it like online. It's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so when we hit our 15,000 goal, one lucky person will be winning that.
How is that person going to get chosen? Is it by just all the donators are going to get in a hat?
Everyone, every dollar that is donated is basically one entry into the drawing. And so we will, once we hit the 15,000 goal, we are going to get everyone that donated from the ACS page and everyone that donated in the Tiltify page, and then just roll it like we did the last one, and somebody will win. And so if you donate even $1, you have a chance at winning the awesome lightsaber.
That's insane. That lightsaber is good because Finity and Ranger and myself all have a lightsaber from Loki, and I got to tell you, those lightsabers are pretty pimp. And for Loki to say it's impressive, that means it's super freaking impressive.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean, it's like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah, I'm not sugarcoating it either. I mean, there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put in this thing. It's all custom made. I mean, I'm not a machinist. And Sword of the Jedi is. He's got access to the lathe and all the end mill, and he made a lot of the custom parts on this thing. So it's pretty impressive.
All right.
That's awesome.
All right, so that's our ACS stuff. So if you'd like to donate, the page is up. Everything's ready to start rocking and rolling. And as we come up with more ideas, we will add those to there to be donated towards. And if you guys have anything that you can come up with ideas or anything, just let Finn know, and we will put that in there.
Absolutely. It's time for ye old meta report, man.
Hey, the meta report brought to you today by Hot Magma. If you have psoriasis, why use lotion? Use liquid hot magma. I'm telling you, this stuff's amazing. It's all natural from volcanoes in the islands of Hawaii. Loki, I've been to Hawaii.
Oh my God.
Okay.
No one asked me what island. You guys suck.
What island?
The island of Kamana Wanaleu.
Come on, I want to lay you.
This is why I didn't ask.
Liquid hot magma. When your kids need to have their mouth washed out with soap, use liquid hot magma. It's this cure-all. Psoriasis, flakes on your skin, death.
Poor children.
It solves all your problems.
Okay, we ready for the meta report?
Hey, Jedi Knight Revan's #1. What a shock! He's getting bigger, Dr. Finn.
Oh my god. Yes. Which it actually is surprising that he's somehow getting bigger. There's no like.
I think some people didn't have the gear, maybe, or some people, so some people had to farm the gear.
It's possible. I'm noticing like though Traya is still kind of holding her own, and it may be that they're on shards with Revan and stuff, right? Or without Revans. But Traya, if you mod her with a lot of protection and stuff on offense, she can beat Revan teams, and I think people are starting to figure that out a little bit. You do see Maul at #4, and so Maul at #4 kind of indicates that there are people that are using that build as well in order to counter Revan teams. But I think for the most part, I think people are adjusting to using Traya against Revan with just a few differences. And one of the things that you're not seeing, and I know Grande, you really like this one, but if you look at the all characters at rank 1, Emperor Palpatine is kind of low in the overall thing. But if you look at which characters are above Emperor Palpatine, right? It's Grandmaster Yoda, who's on the Revan team, Revan, Kenobi, who's on a Revan team, Bastila, who's on a Revan team, Nyla, Sion, and Traya, which makes sense, Jolie, who's on a Revan team, Thrawn, which would be on the Traya team, Hermiota, which is on the Revan team, and then you get to Palpatine. So even though he's like number 11, he's the first one outside. He's like one of the top 5 for that Traya team. So it does look like people are running Traya, Sion, Nihilus, Thrawn, and Emperor Palpatine as kind of their main counter team.
And if you look in the all teams one, if you look at all teams, Palpatine makes the 3rd most used team.
Yeah.
And then if you keep kind of scrolling down, Palpatine lead makes a team. I mean, and then if you scroll way down, there's 5 or 6 teams with Palpatine as lead or Palpatine on the team. So without a doubt, Palpatine definitely helps that team. We've said it, especially if you're going up against Jedi Knight Revan teams with Ezra. I mean, he just slaughters Ezra with Ezra, not even touching Ezra, just staying alive. He slaughters him. So, yeah. I highly recommend that everybody work. If you're trying to beat Revan teams and you don't have Revan, you need to have a Palpatine that you've modded in such a way where he can stay alive.
Hi! Is it just me or is Dark Traya missing a hand? I wonder if she used some of this liquid hot magma and it went wrong.
Maybe so. Zetas? We want to look at Zetas?
Yeah, let's look at the Zeta report. And here's the cool thing. They've actually changed the interface for the Zeta report.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually pretty cool looking now. So you can kind of sort by different Zetas. You don't have to go to a different one for the Omegas. And you can actually see based on all the different stats. Like they added filters so you can kind of search by it now. So
and nobody cares.
We do. We report on it every week.
No, it's because you make us, Dr. Finn.
Yes, I do.
Hey, here's some liquid hot magma, Finn. I think you should use some.
Well, it just goes to show you that some of these Zetas, are definitely up and comers, right? But we kind of knew that already. You really can't look at page 1. It takes so long to make page 1 change. But page 2 and page 3 do change.
But I do like that you can sort by like the different types of Zetas now, so you can kind of see which ones have the like specials, what are the top specials that people are doing, what are the top uniques, what are the top leader abilities. And I mean, when you sort it by that, you can see like Emperor Palpatine is the #1 leader. It's not really surprising. Interesting is Vader is #2. A lot of that is from beforehand, right? But it's still managing to kind of stay up. So that's going to be pretty interesting there. And Jedi Training Rey, number 3. I'm imagining she's slowly going to move up. Finn is number 4. He'll probably start going down a little bit because he's useful, but again, not as useful anymore once Jedi Training Rey is there, and you really have to work in order to get your second Resistance team. And you can go through all of these and see. But I think some of these are going to start rising up now. But I do like the change that they made to GG with regards to being able to track the Zetas and stuff, because you can really see which ones people are focusing on. And just because it was donated to, where the hell is Rose Tico?
Hey!
I'm trying to find Rose Tico. I'm sure she's on page 5.
I think she's like 975 on the list, Dr. Finn.
She's 3rd from the bottom. The only ones behind her are Young Lando and Bodhi Rook.
She's probably down there with Ted Danza and Val Bacon.
You know what's... What's interesting? 22% of people that have a Gear 11 Rose Tico have Zeta'd her.
That's fascinating. Here, try this liquid hot magma on your tongue.
Seriously, 22% of people that have Rose Tico. Why would you take Rose Tico to Gear 11 in the first place?
Why not? She's small. She fits into nice spaces. She could kill folks.
Oh my god. All right, I think we can end there because, God, I'm going to be Zetaing Rose Tico. I'll have to gear her, too, if I'm putting a Zeta. Because I said
good.
Before,
we'll get it to 23% because of Dr. Finn's stupidity.
Yeah. Hey, it's not stupidity.
Hey, this has been the Meta and the Zeta Report brought to you by Liquid Hot Magma. Remember, folks, if you have a communicable disease, why spread it? Spread Liquid Hot Magma on yourself and get the hell out of society. Liquid Hot Magma. Coming to a nursing station near you.
Oh my god. All right. Let's move on.
Nobody likes cooties, tits. We're not spreading cooties. We're going to get that liquid hot magma.
I'm all for that. Keep the cooties to yourself.
It's a good call. If you said spread it, tits, I would have come at you with Chinese stars and nunchucks.
Oh my god.
All right, so we're going to the SB Chrome post on the offense up and offense down.
I think so, yeah.
Apparently. Yeah.
Is that not where we're supposed to go?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
that is where we're going. So this is kind of just a short post. It's a response post to somebody asking about offense up and offense down. And I know this question has come up, and we've kind of tried to figure it out before. But SB Crum posted a question with regards to offense up and offense down. And he wrote, "Hi, folks. As mentioned above, offense up and offense down should cancel each other out and provide no net change to your damage if you have both." And I know we've had discussions about that before. Well, it looks like the percentage of one is higher than a percentage of another, and do they really cancel out and stuff? So we got this response about offense up and offense down. We still, I don't know if anyone has posed this question. I haven't seen it yet with regards to tenacity up and tenacity down, because the numbers, when you look at it on like GG's mechanic page, they don't necessarily reflect that. But there may be coding behind it, basically saying if one is active, then the other one is canceled out or something like that. So it does look like they're supposed to cancel out whether they're up and down. And so I just wanted to point this post out because it looks like the trend is supposed to be up cancels down. And so if you guys see anything where it doesn't seem to be working, you just ask for a screenshot or a video so they can try and figure out what's going on. So answers one of the questions that I know people had.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, that's.
That means now it's time for the Twitter responses.
Oh.
So to remember, revise.
Yeah, we're gonna read it. We're gonna read it back, and then we're gonna. Finn's gonna give the answers, and the lovely Tits is going to listen to them and see which one she likes the best.
There you go. So our Twitter question was, if at EA Capital Games was going to introduce 4 new character bonuses for Territory Wars in #SWGOH, name one of the characters you would want to see and why.
Here we go.
And what kind of responses did we get there, Doodle?
All right, I'm refreshing just to see. So we have the first response, Director Krennic's Territory War bonus, Director Quennick Squishy Ass can't lose all of his health and protection from opposing basic attack.
I have him gear 11. I tell you what, he makes my also ran team.
Read that again for me without laughing.
Director Krennic's squishy ass can't lose all of his health and protection from an opposing basic attack. He is squishy as hell. If you don't have Death Trooper, like he is squishy. God.
Agreed.
All right, next one. Tuskens, Ugnaught, Mob Enforcer, and Jedi Guardian. Since we are now on the whole, let's get people to spend money and resources on tunes that will go back to being completely useless once the month is over. Territory war.
Okay.
There's so much hate against getting Cup in that list.
I actually like it.
I thought it was cool, but damn.
I do not. I think it's retarded.
Okay, next one. All the
That's a good
Ewoks
answer,
because I love beavers.
Oh!
Oh my god. Oh.
Next one.
Okay.
Next one I think is directed for Ranger. So the next one is Jedi Knight Emperor Palpatine.
Good. My days as a Jedi is well known at the Academy.
Oh my god. Okay, next one's a long one, so I'm gonna... okay, so bear with me. Neville Flynn, which is Samuel L. Jackson from Snakes on a Plane. Mark Hamill, the man himself, not from any film. King Leonidas from Frank Miller's 300. And Smokey from Friday. Bonuses, in effect, only go against Jedi Knight Revan squads. When the battle begins, your opponent has 0 speed. Neville Flynn says, I'm sick of these mother effing Revans in my mother effing game. Then Mark Hamill says, this isn't my Revan, it's Jake Revan. Then Leonidas kicks Revan, screaming, this is SWGOH! Lastly, Smokey jumps. I think he's still posting what Smokey does. Hold on.
Smokey says, and you know this, man.
And you know this, man.
That's my favorite. It's just funny.
That one's your favorite. I'm just trying to check to see if there's any
anybody that quotes Snakes on a Plane, you pretty much got me.
And Friday.
Hello.
Yeah, that one is your Snort Master.
Yeah, that one's... Oh, really? Hellenix?
Mm-hmm.
He so gets me.
Hellenix. That's awesome.
Hellenix just wins at tits. That's what it is.
He really does. I mean, I just got a 13-year-old boy.
Take that statement however you want.
To really... I also like the what was the other one that I really liked?
All the Ewoks because I love
the beaver one. The beaver one's funny.
You just go to Naked Gun when you hear that, like, nice beaver. Thank you. I just had it stuffed yesterday. Okay, let me help you. Let me help you with that.
Yeah, that was Fatality V2.
All right. So now it's the time for question and answer time.
Yeah. Not a lot of. I mean, last week we had a long stream because there was a ton of news, but this week not a lot of news, guys. So CG's been a little bit quiet, but it goes through cycles. So this is a good time to have a good Q&A session with you folks. So get your questions in, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see. Okay. God. Really, the first question is gonna... Okay. First question is from Scrooge McDougal. And the question is for Grande. I need the legal services of Grande and Grande to sue the Beagle Boys for constantly trying to steal my gold. Also, I'd appreciate it if you stop throwing your jacket at me.
Okay. Not a problem. Grande will help you with that. Oh, good. That's perfect. That's epic.
Guys, it's chicken. It's a duck. It's a duck chicken. Get him, guys.
Travis Anderson question: Have Revan led Zeta? Hold on. Oh, okay. is have Revan's lead Zeta have 1.5 Zetas currently. The reason I haven't given it to Revan is I'm watching for something for Grievous. Should I, or should I just Zeta direct focus? If you're able to win, yeah. I mean, if you're able to win without direct focus, I mean, direct focus is a good Zeta, so it is worth it if you put it. But if you're able to win without it, and you're worried about a Grievous rework, and you're at 1.5 Zetas, I mean, I don't mind you saving until you get the second Zeta, holding one for Grievous, and then putting one on Revan. I don't
totally save it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea here is, do you need it in order to take rank 1 in Arena, or whatever rank you want to take in Arena? If you need it, then put it on. If you don't, then wait. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
All right. Next question is from Blackbeard Premium, and the question that last question was from Travis Anderson. In case I forgot to say it, this question is from Blackbeard Premium, and the question is: would a ship raid even work? There are only 4 capital ships. Would we only be able to use a capital ship once or multiple times? Not right now. A ship, there is no... Okay, ship raid is going to require a lot more ships than capital ships. What they could do is introduce a phase of a raid that requires ships.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be the whole raid. It would be a single phase, would be a ship phase, followed by 3 phases of characters. That would probably be the next logical progression for raids.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
You don't know me. You don't know me, Loki.
Shills goes question for Grande. How was dinner with Mr. Bacon and Mr. Dancer?
It was great. It was wonderful. Telling you.
We had a great time. We went to the money store. We had a nice antipasta salad. It has artichokes, onions, olives, lettuce, and olives. And then we all had Budweisers.
Budweiser, the banquet beer.
Oh my god. Next question from Takedown Games. Question: has anyone noticed in, I think he means Heroic Sith Raid in Phase 2, Scion will still counter under Fracture? Isn't this a big question? Thanks, everyone. He does, but that's intended. Fracture for a raid boss reduces their chance to counter attack, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee. It's minus 30% counter chance. It's not 100%. So him countering is not unexpected.
We saw this before in the Heroic AAT too, right? I mean, so we've seen it in the Heroic AAT. We've seen it in the Sith Raid. The only one where it's not like this is just not. I don't think it's like this in the Rancor, but the Rancor is different.
Yeah. But I mean, the Rancor never counterattacks.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah, so some abilities always have a difference in their mechanic on how you use them against characters versus how you use them on raid bosses. And so Thrawn is one of them with Fracture. Armor Shred works a little bit differently on raid bosses. I mean, so there's a few of them in game. So it's important to look at the mechanic and see what exactly does
SWGOH.GG view mechanics. I use this all the time. If you want to understand how something really works, and there's all different kinds of ways. For example, people without IPD telling you that you should use IPD in a raid need to go read the mechanics. You probably won't say that after you've read it.
Yeah.
Wow, people have actually been saying that?
I've heard it multiple times. You only do it once, and then afterwards you're like, okay, I'm glad I tried that once. All right, next question.
Next question is from RHC Vormax, and his question is: does Ranger J 1999 remember my real name?
Nope.
It was one of your favoriteest names.
Nope.
It is.
Sad piece.
It is no. It's Jose Odalis
Oh.
Hernandez.
Oh,
Carvajal.
that's right.
Nice.
I forgot.
Do you want to shout out his real name since he asked?
I think Grande should.
But you used to do it as Indigo Montoya.
You have to put in Skype so I can read it because I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can.
Oh, that's right. I remember this now.
Yeah.
I killed your father. You killed my father.
I killed my.
Let's see. I killed my father. No, Grande, that's wrong. I killed my father. Prepare to die. Well, why are you challenging me? Because you killed your own father.
I can kill you too.
My name is Jose Ordalis Hernandez Carabado. I killed my father. Prepare to die.
Oh my god. Next question is from What Else 73. Does anyone else notice that when you have offense up and offense down on a ship, that it attacks hit for a lot less than it should, according to the devs? They should cancel each other.
Bless you.
If you notice that, just take a screenshot or like a video to compare.
There also is a damage variance too. I'm not really sure what the damage variance is and how we see that in the stats.
It's 5%. It's 5% variance unless it has a high range or whatever it's called, highly variable or something, in which case then it becomes 10%. So it does depend on your hit. You would have to take multiple different videos or show that mathematically. Some people have done this, and it's impressive that they spent the time to do it, but they calculated out what the damage range is supposed to be, and then basically show that, like, yeah, this isn't viable. And so, yeah. Okay. Next question is from R. Leonidas. Anyone know what happened to the Places of Power event? Hasn't come back for almost 3 months. No.
I don't know. There was also an all-female event that hasn't come back either.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm still waiting. And I'm still waiting for those 12 days of spring. That's all I'm saying. There's a couple of events like that have come once and we've never seen them again. So who knows what's going on with events and why they. In fact, it was one of the best ways you were able to figure out if a character was female or not. There was some when we had the all-female character event. It was for a charity, and people were like, "Oh, this character's female. That's good to know."
Yeah, that's what I realized. Sith Assassin was female, and Mob Enforcer was female.
Enforcer, yeah.
And Resistance Pilot, that was the other one. Resistance Pilot.
Yeah, Resistance Pilot was female. That's right. And then they actually canceled an event once. Do you remember that? We got a post where they were like, "This event doesn't meet our standards.
Yes.
We're canceling it." And we were like, "What?" It was very strange.
It was too entertaining. Can't have that.
No, it was.
No, I'm sure there was something messed up about it, and they didn't want to.
You played against like Jedi Consular Sentinels, which were basically calamari that were Jedis.
Yeah,
it was very weird.
I have to say though, I will give credit to Capcast, who I think does a lot of the event balancing and stuff. Yeah, like the event balancing and all of that. I know sometimes we think that things are more difficult and whatnot than we think they should be. But I think he does a good job of balancing it to the way that he believes it should be. And he's always tried to put out the content to be at the level that he intends to. Now, sometimes people get stuff done at a lower gear level, and we all try to do it at lower gear levels, right? Because we don't want to invest sometimes in the characters that are needed. But I think he's done a good job overall in the game in terms of balancing a lot of the events. Including, and I know that's Torture, Chewie, and Thrawn event. God, those felt so awful, but we understood why they were as difficult as they were, and it made sense. It frustrates us, and Ranger in particular.
I don't know. I like when they do that kind of stuff because it makes for really, really good streams of watching Ranger bash his head against the keyboard or his phone.
It does. All right. Next question is from Miro Yovchev. I might have mispronounced your name, so I apologize. Yovchev. Question: don't you think it's possible, like in World of Warcraft, to make max level to 90? Yeah. They will probably at some point definitely increase the level cap. The question is this the right time in order to do it? And obviously they know what they're planning in terms of when they want to increase the level cap. We have our own suspicions and rumors and theories and all of that. Can they increase it? Oh, of course. If nothing else, they've shown in the Sith raid with the level of the bosses that they may even have it planned up until level 100. Because the bosses in Sith raid are level 100, if you guys haven't noticed that before. And as a side note, because I've had this discussion with people, when you guys watch videos on YouTube and you're trying to see, like sometimes people put like videos up about them fighting in the Sith raid and they don't put what tier it is. Look at the level of the boss. It'll give you an idea about what tier you're fighting. If you're looking for heroic Sith content, the bosses have to be level 100. If you're fighting like an 85 or something, that's not heroic Sith, and you're looking at false damage if you're looking for heroic Sith. So just a note in case you guys haven't paid attention to that before, but they can easily go up to level 90. I don't know if you guys have a thought on when the right time would be in order for level 90. I feel like we're still kind of we're getting close, but I don't think it's quite yet. I would maybe say like 4 or 5 months, maybe somewhere in that range would be when I think it would be happening. But do you guys have a feel for when you think we should get a level increase?
I think we'd have to fix some stuff first.
Yes,
it will break some stuff.
It will.
To go to level 90. Potentially, it could break the AAT and the Hat Raid to go to level 90. So we just have to see.
Well, that and everybody's still scrambling to catch up from all the characters they just released. Increasing the level cap like really soon would probably not be a good idea and would make a lot of people very mad.
I mean, I've had all my characters at level 85 for probably a year. So, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of people.
Have you seen my lightsaber? It's like really big. I've had all of my characters at level 85 for like a year.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Tits. Kylo Ren. My lightsaber's.
I mean, I was pretty much max level by day 2.
I mean, I know you think I'm pretty cool, Tits, because I'm Kylo Ren. I have a big lightsaber and I have the dark side.
He's got a 6-pack too.
I'll show you my dark side.
And I'm gonna dress up like a freaking Hooters waitress with a shirt that says
no, Grande, that's a samurai.
That just even points to
that even makes it. Hold on, Grande. How do you, Grande? How did you get that Hooters? How did you come up with that?
He said he wants his own midriff shirt for the shirt that he's going to wear for saying he's CG Carry Pool Boy.
I'm CG Carry Pool Boy, and it's going to be a midriff, and I'm going to wear those special pantyhose, too.
The shimmery ones, like the shimmery tan ones that they wear at Hooters?
I mean...
Can you please wear the socks and the white tennis shoes, too?
Oh, yeah. With the capas. I'm wearing some capas or some ruse, baby. We're going to go all out.
I mean...
I'm pretty excited about this, to be honest.
I'm telling you, it's going to be epic.
I'm a little disgusted, I have to say.
Yeah,
and Finn, I'm trying to get Finn to wear his shirtless Kylo.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You should totally do that.
No.
Finn to be shirtless Kylo, and I'll be a Hooters.
Well, okay, I will say this. It depends on how my training goes between now and April. There's a lot of work to be done to change this keg to a 6-pack. There's a lot.
There's a lot of work to be done before you can be shirtless, Kylo.
You're acting like you actually have a choice.
I do.
Silly men.
What, you're gonna rip a shirt off me? What the hell?
She's gonna be like, take that shirt off. It's so sexy. Come on.
Guys, look, I got abs and hair.
I'll wear a shirt that has abs for me, so I don't have to actually work on my own.
You paint them on. Oh my gosh.
I have the Dwight shirt. I need to wear that at some point. Okay.
Next question.
Oh no! God damn. Silverbolt said he's taking notes and starts sketching.
Love it.
Nice.
Do it, Silverbolt. He's always lurking and taking notes.
He's gonna have me as a freaking Hooters girl. That's epic, dude.
God, I don't want to be Finn Swallow.
So funny though.
Guys,
Okay, what's next?
All right. Next question from Atomic Fish. Clones in weekly shipments, their own pack in the stores. Do you think Padme Amidala coming this month, or what is your thought about it?
Something's coming, man. There's no way we do all these packs and we have all this stuff. They are trying to tell us something's happening with clones. I mean, it's something. I don't know what it is, but my guess is, conventional wisdom would say get clones and gear them up, but don't gear them up too much, right? So people were able to do and these are very old characters. People were able to do an event with, with day one released bounty hunters, or pretty close to day one released bounty hunters at year 10, which probably means you're probably going to need to get clones to year 10 in order to make them. I mean, right now, the way CG is doing it is the way they give us events is every dog has their day. That's basically the best way to put it, which means, how should you work clones, right? I mean, if you're going to work clones, which ones do you work? I think you work 5s, Rex, and Clone Sergeant. And you might leave, if you were going to leave 2 alone for a little bit, I'd leave Echo and Cody alone.
The only thing I'm worried about is, so it's not unusual for them to like rework a character or something and then just put it in the weekly shipments, right? The weekly shipments has only been around for a short time, so we don't have a big sample size. But typically, the stuff that you see in the weekly shipments is somehow related to the content that's already been released. I'm trying to think if it's always meant something coming up. Like, is it something forecasting what's coming, or is it something that has happened in the past? And the weekly shipments have typically been what has already happened and kind of giving you a boost to that. I'm having a hard time.
But we have a 4 cash pack. Usually we don't get a 4 cash
We
pack.
get that every time there's a faction pass of some kind. Now, whether or not they consider the helmets a faction pass is what the question is, right? Because it doesn't change the abilities, but they put out a notice in game that they've changed the look of the clones. I'm having a hard time thinking what they would actually do with clones. Like for an event, right? I can't see where they would do an event for clones like they would like a legendary or something.
Genosis.
Yeah, but what would you get?
You could get Padme.
You could, but the clones don't make sense for that, do they? Like, you would want somebody from the Separatists probably in order to get Padme, because usually it's the opposite. Yoda is the only one where you have somebody of the same faction or a related like alliance getting the character, right? Everyone else is like the opposite.
No.
Oh, Revan now.
JTR.
No, Jedi. You need First Order.
It wasn't. Oh, I'm thinking.
Well, you needed First Order for BB-8, and then you needed all of the BB-8 stuff. But then you can look at CLS too, because you needed the Rebels, but you needed the Empire to get R2. So that one you needed.
You're thinking like initial step to get
right. I'm thinking more legendary. So I don't think we're gonna get a Journey. Journeys needs characters from both sides, so those are a little bit weirder. But on like for legendaries are typically opposite faction, except for Yoda. And I'm just having a hard time thinking what the clones could actually get in terms of something that big. I can see something, like the galactic bounties that we have with bounty hunters right now. I could see something like that with clones, where you need clones in order to get some gear or maybe some shards or something like that. I'm just not sure what we can potentially get as a character. I mean, do you have an idea about what they could potentially do, like a character-wise, Grande, or even Ranger? Because I know you're more familiar with like Clone Wars and stuff. Like, what could they introduce that you would need clones to get that would be on the dark side?
Oh God,
Ponkrell.
I mean, you can get all kinds of stuff.
What about not so much a character, but like a droid or something like similar to
What about Droidica? What about a B1 battle droid? What about a
Ultra
Super
droid?
B2? Imagine if we got Super B2 battle droid. Right?
But will those be like legendaries that you need clones for?
Super B2? Possibly, yeah. I mean, Super B2 could be, right? I mean, we already have a Super B2 in game. What if we got a Super B2 with a leader ability? Or what if we got Droidica? Or what if we got B1?
Yeah, I would think a Droidica. It just looks badass, so it would probably be something.
I think they'll come into the. I have a hard time thinking Droidica is going to come into the game as a legendary, and Jango Fett was a marquee.
Oh,
Good point.
No, they don't necessarily have to parallel. I'm just kind of comparing things now, just to kind of make sense of it. But it's hard. I just can't see where clones are going outside of maybe getting a little bit of a faction pass, making them a little bit more viable, maybe improving Cody's Zeta or something. But I'm just having a hard time seeing where you're actually going to need the clones at like 7 stars in order to unlock a character.
Wait a minute. It wouldn't be Mechanical Maul that comes after, doesn't it? That wouldn't be it.
Yeah.
I don't know who else would be. Padme's the last character that we don't have.
I mean, we'll see. I can see them maybe adding new clones. I know you wanted the Delta Force, so we could add.
I did want the Delta Force. I want the Delta Force really badly. I just really like those. I just really like them a bunch.
I like them a lot.
I do.
So, yeah, I mean, so if they add the Delta Squad into the game, I mean that could be something that they're potentially adding. I can see new characters just outside of the actual clones that we have, and maybe it foreshadowing something. But, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure that's all going to come in the road ahead, which should hopefully be coming sometime soon. So we'll get more of an idea when we get there. All right. Next question is from Hellenix. So question is, what's the best way to farm Old Republic Toon Shards? I'm using 3x50 crystal refreshes of normal energy, doing each toon 8 times and getting maybe 1 shard a day on a good day. Am I doing it wrong? Also, can I hire the services of El Señor Grande un largo Dilio de la Verga Puppy Patron of Grande Esquire LC?
No, he's doing it right. I mean, the cheapest way to do it is the 3x50s of regular energy and then double refreshing. It just takes a while, man. And it just takes a while. And then, next would be to do the single refreshes for the ship's nodes, and then next would be to go back again and do the hundreds on the regulars and refresh the nodes again. But it takes a while. Here's the thing. You can be patient. The event's already passed. It's not going to come back again for, 60, 90 days. Take your time. Don't overly spend your crystals. Farm. Keep them on your farm list. But I would say do the 8 for free and do the other 8s that you don't have. Do Houndstooth, do Bosk, do some of these other characters. Make sure that you're ready for KOTOR, but also make sure that you're keeping up in ships. I cannot recommend enough that if someone doesn't have 7-star Bosk, they need to be farming the Houndstooth node, and they need to be farming the Bosk node. That will get you so far in ships. And in some ways, Ships Arena is more valuable being in the top 20, being in the top 10, being rank 1 at your payout for ships than your regular arena at this point. It just gives so much value, and the store credits that you get for the fleet shop, for the fleet store, is better than what you get for the regular store, in my opinion. So definitely make sure you're keeping up on the fleet part. So yeah, and it sucks. Hard nodes with high energy nodes take freaking forever. I have spent months sometimes farming characters from hard nodes. I spent 12 months to get all characters farmed from hard nodes, maybe longer, maybe like 14 months. It was a long time.
Yep. All right. Next question. Shill's Coast. Question: Does Finn enjoy mowing down the Ewoks in Trooper Ewok event?
Yeah, he does.
He cries a little on the inside.
A little pee comes out of him.
It does make me a little sad. I have to say it does.
But he'll slaughter them nonetheless.
It's true. Next question, Angie Bree 2000 question: would Jolie work under Bastila?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
Jolie
absolutely.
works under
Yes.
Bastila. Yeah.
With the Zeta.
With the
You have to get the Zeta on Jolie and the
Zeta-
Zeta on Bastila Lead.
Zeta is one of the Jolie is one of the few characters that I would say you really need his Zeta for him to work. It's almost like Finn lead, right? I mean, Jolie almost doesn't even make the team without his Zeta.
Bosk lead. I can't get Boss to work until I let Zeta him, and oh my gosh, it's ridiculous now.
You don't know me.
I love that lead.
You don't know me. Don't hate a player. All right.
Grande would screw that up. Like, don't hate the game, hate the player.
Yeah, don't hate the game, hate the player. CG Grande Patron for your player in action. Oh my god. Okay.
The player in a management profession, also known as pimp.
I don't know what to make of Grande anymore. I just he confuses me and makes me laugh, and
Hello and welcome to Hooters. I'm going to be your waitress.
Oh my god.
Just the mere thought of that is the most horrifying thing I've ever heard.
I'm going to give you some. Whenever we're done, make sure you give me some tips.
It's never just the tip, Grande.
Oh god. Oh god.
All right. We need to get back. God. All right. Next question. Really. Dana DeBroy question: is it harder to take a mic from Ranger or from Jim Acosta?
He's really good at sharing the mic. I'm just going to be totally honest. Ranger is very good at sharing. Come on.
Yeah.
That's fake news. It's fake news.
It's so unbelievably fake. He's lost his credentials just like Jim Acosta's. He'll never be able to go to the White House again. Just saying.
Next question is from John Moran. Question: could we get Old Man Rex? I want Old Man Rex.
Ooh, Old Man Rex would be.
I'll
super
take
cool.
Rex in any way. He's cool. He's just really.
Oh, the Rebel Rex. That would be
Rebel.
cool.
Yeah, from Star Wars Rebels cartoon. That would be really cool, actually. Old Man Rex.
Doesn't have to be from the Rebels cartoon. He can be from
Return of the Jedi.
Jedi.
Yep,
Mr. Beardy, as Mike calls him.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beardy.
I would.
No, well, he doesn't call him Mr. Beardy.
No, that's General Kenobi.
Yeah.
I would take it. I would take it, absolutely. I think that'd be super
That'd be cool.
Miro Yavchev question. You may have covered this already because I was late, but do you think Mace is better for defense or offense in territory war? Hands down offense.
Yeah, he's very...
Ooh, I would have to say hands down defense. That's interesting how we're...
Well, so
different.
the one thing about... So the reason I'm saying offense, right, is because he is a killer against Sith. If you don't keep him on offense, like you have to spend a lot more to break through like a Traya team. So it, and again, varies on your GP, right? Because I think
varies on your GP, varies on your guild. But right. But again, so one of the conversations I was having before is it also depends on if you have Revan or not, right?
Revan.
If you have Revan, if you have Zeta Bastila, if you have Zeta Jolie, the potential is there that between Ezra, Jolie, Revan, Bastila, you could create two teams, potentially two very hard teams for defense. So you could end up with two Jedi teams on defense. But that's not every guild and that's not every player.
Yeah. And then at higher levels, like Traya isn't ending up on defense anymore because she has too many counters. But as you go lower, you have a lot more Trayas. And so like for where I am, Mace on offense is definitely the way. I put him on defense and I regretted it kind of instantly because we lost an easy Traya wall breaker. And because Traya walls are still a thing right now, and maybe it's going to stop for this month because Mace is so OP against Trayas, but like we still see Traya walls, and those are just gone now. So for where I am, when I say where I am, we're getting just about 170. Traya is still on defense, and so I would say for offense. But if you're higher, then I would agree with you, Grande. Probably better for defense because you're not going to.
I think it also. I think it really depends too on how you're structuring your offense and how you're structuring your defense. It also depends too on if you're looking at Gear 12 maces or if you're looking at Gear 9 maces too, right? I mean, so it's a judgment call without a doubt.
Yeah.
Same thing could be said for Grievous. Same thing could be said for Dooku. Same thing could be said for Cup. I think Cup makes offense every time, though. If someone's putting Cup on defense, I really think that's a problem.
Yeah, Cup is good on offense.
Yeah, Cup is definitely offense because he's mainly just against scoundrels, so he's to break those Kira teams. So, okay. Next question. Are you hearing drums in my background, Grim?
What?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, dude. I was like, either that's thunder or somebody's playing the drums.
Is it still
Maybe it
making
was
a noise?
me.
I hear nothing.
I haven't heard.
I don't hear anything. I didn't hear anything at all. So that's why I thought maybe it was me.
I have no idea. I didn't hear anything either, but I would. I have no idea. Okay. Next question is from Fatality V2 question. Is a Toon Annihilated immune from Jolie's revive? I never get a Toon revive after.
Yes.
It's the only thing that negates any kind of res, except for Night Sister Zombie.
And they've explained that. It's because Night Sister Zombie is actually resing a new zombie.
Right.
Yeah.
They've actually explained how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a horde of zombies, and that one died, and a new one came up. Which is why they don't come back up with, the debuffs and the buffs, just because it's a new one.
Next question, Nathaniel Morgan. Question: is Finn using Ewok Elder in Arena? If not, he's not a real Ewok lover.
No.
I've said this before. I love the Ewoks and the movies and stuff, but I've always said that their investment is late game, and so I have not invested heavily in Ewoks. I have a lot of other factions that are higher priority. I'm still finishing up my First Order, and so I just broke 60,000 health on my crew, and I'm trying to get him over 65 now. So that's my current priority is First Order, and so I'm going kind of faction by faction. Ewoks are on the list, but they're just kind of lower down. So
the other thing is, if you really want to beat Revans with Ewok Elder, you have to put a lot of tenacity on that guy. I mean, the teams, the videos you've seen, you really have to go back and look at the mods, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The mods matter. It's the biggest thing we saw with mods 2.0 is how people mod their characters matters even more now that mods have changed than they did before. Because you can now mod someone with 200% tenacity. I mean, that's insane.
All right. Next question from SWGOH. Question for the panel. What guild is everyone in now? Let's start with Ranger.
I'm in MC3.
So for those of you that don't know, MC is from Mighty Chlorians. So he's in Mighty Chlorians. Grande?
Finity, what guild are you in?
I am in Reality Skewed Gamer Psy and have been in that same guild, although with
since
different
birth,
names since the beginning. Yep.
Since the very beginning, you've never left the guild and come back.
Well, no, I quit. I never left for another guild. I did quit, but I never left for another guild.
Nice.
Except for a Merking. I don't include Merking for that.
Yeah. So you asked me where I am. I'm in the Dark Lords. Dark Lord Syndicate. Have been for a while. So.
Mm-hmm.
Ranger. If you don't know, it's because on the lunchtime streams. We have a lot of roster reviews we do of Dark Lords players. So,
Meg Venom, right. What guild are you in?
I am in Frozen in Carbonite. We have about 164 mil GP. Currently recruiting, so hit me up.
You don't know me.
You can though if you hit me up and you have 3 mil GP or higher.
Loki just perked up.
Yes, Frozen in Carbonite. I'm with also a couple of people that you may know in chat. Skinny J is our leader, also known as Jason Shrimps, as Grande calls him. And Mamo.
Oh, so your guild has shrimps and mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mayo, Killa, and shrimps.
Your guild is turning into a po' boy.
Oh my gosh! Also, we have Captain Blackbeard. Yeah. So.
All right, and we know Loki's now going to be trying to get into Frozen in Carbonite, but what guild are you in right now, Loki?
I'm in Team Instinct with my man Warrior.
All right.
Scissorman Warrior.
Scissorman Warrior.
What about Grim? Grim's
And
on
Grim.
too.
I'm in the same guild as Dana. I'm in the Syndicate Death Watch.
Nice.
All right. And we got a question from Nathaniel Morgan for you, McVenom. He said, I'm already in a guild, but can I still hit you up?
Sure.
Oh my god.
Slide on into them DMs, boy.
Can I still holler at you?
Can you?
This is my favorite holler at you. Are you happy though? I know you got a man, but are you happy though?
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
But are you happy?
But are you happy though?
I love that guy on Chappelle's show. Can I holler at you? Can I holler at you? Can
I holler at you?
That's my favorite.
Holla at tits with just the tip. Okay.
Never.
Never just holler at her with just a tip.
Never.
But the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, Rutabaga. Let's move on now. I'm gonna have like an inbox full of just ridiculousness. I can't deal with it.
Okay. Grande left just before a couple of questions for him.
Oh god.
First question is from WhatEl73. Which Hooters does Grande work at, so I know which one to avoid?
I think it's called, the location is Hell.
Yeah, it's a hell location. Their wings are extra hot.
Yeah, and it's torture because you have to watch Grande in that outfit. That's just
they might use that. They might use that magma that Harry Carey was promoting.
Hey, if it gets rid of his skin, it's all worth it.
The next one is from Verga Grande Chinga. It says, question, Grande, is Beta going to give you a refund?
No.
I don't think Beta is going to give Grande a refund.
No.
That's
good race.
Next question from Hellenix. How much hoarding is too much hoarding? I have 85 Zeta mats, 98 Omega mats, 350 plus purple mats. Am I overdoing it? What is a rule of thumb to go buy Zeta?
No, you can never have enough because all it takes is one Revan and you're gone with all that.
The question that you asked before using any of the mats, and I don't care if you have 300 or 500 of the purple mats, will it impact anything if I put these mats on there? Because now MTGP is a big thing in this game.
Right.
If you don't need it, you want to avoid that. Yeah, and Zetas are a lot of GP. Omega mats are still a lot, but not as much. Purple mats are GP, but not as much. So when you're putting those, the question is, will this impact something for a character that I plan on using? And so if you have 85 Zeta mats and you don't have anyone that needs a Zeta right now, then no, there's not such thing as too much hoarding. There's nothing wrong with saving up until there's a character where you feel, yeah, I need the Zeta on this character in order to get this team going.
Right.
And there's a bunch of those Zetas, right?
What is this hoarding you guys are talking about?
You'll get there one day, Tits.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Some people think hoarding means like you're just holding it on for no reason, right? But you're holding it on for a purpose. The purpose is you don't have anything else to spend it on. And so some people, and Tits, you're in this position, like your roster.
What is this holding on you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're still, and Grim too, like you guys are all growing your rosters, right? So there's no reason for you to hold on necessarily to a Zeta because there's something of use that you can use your Zeta on. There's something of use for your Omega mats. Some people, you can out ability mat your ability to gear. Gear is kind of the limiting reactant to your entire roster. Like it takes a while to get a character up to gear 11, let alone if you're trying for gear 12. And so
tell that to my Embo that is Zeta.
Yeah,
only star.
Like you can Zeta, you can put ability mats on characters, but getting them up in gear is usually what slows you down. And so I would use your gearing as an indicator as to whether or not you should Zeta a character.
You don't know you don't know me, Finn. You don't know my roster.
Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want.
That's right.
Farm from those troopers.
I'm putting a Zeta on a gear 5 if I want to.
That's right. You tell him, Tits.
I'm probably going to end up doing that to Rose Tico now, apparently.
Well, get her to gear 8, then you won't feel as
I think
dirty.
I have her at gear 8. God. Can't believe you donated 250 to Rose.
Money well spent.
Hopefully that challenge doesn't get filled out and nothing yet.
Oh, we're up to 345, so people are already donating. So
I know. We have $20 for boy shirt, and we have $20 for me wearing the silver wig. Yeah. So, damn. Okay. Next question. Next question, Ham and Cheese question. Did you guys see the team with 70 plus defenses with Mace in Territory Wars?
No, but we had a Revan last Territory War that had 80.
Yeah, and I had a First Order team that had like 13 defenses last time. If somebody feeds turn meter to a team, you screw up like your entire guild.
Yeah.
It's really easy. I'm going to say easy. It's easy to get those kind of numbers if somebody doesn't know to like force quit a game or feeds turn meter because they couldn't quit in time or didn't retreat, whatever it is. If you feed turn meter to some of those teams, you're screwed. Like your entire guild is going to spend high level teams in order to try and get rid of it. Even though it's a team that maybe they could have beat with something else if it all started out even. So you have to be really careful about preloading turn meter for other people. It can get pretty bad.
I totally didn't do that last TW.
That's why Grim be getting that locked. There's a monster coming at him. We gotta give him that 350.
Well, just sometimes you do get the ones where it's going so well, and then just all of a sudden that was your last turn, and they just keep on going and going and going. And it's like, I was winning. What happened?
Yeah. You get ready to force quit. Like once I get into that position, I have my like finger on the button in order to like force close the game and come back. It's like nope, not happening. Nope. You can always fight also in airplane mode and then switch it up after. You can still do that, but you have to wait until combat starts in order to switch into airplane mode.
Yeah, I might want to not do all my stuff at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, that also.
Yeah, that might help.
Let's see. The next question is from John Davies. He says, question, I love V for Vendetta. What are your favorite graphic novels?
Watchmen.
V for Van Bacon. Or Val Bacon.
I can honestly say I haven't read a non-school book for a long time.
All right, Sheldon.
Well... The problem is,
these graphic novels include physics.
That's not the... God damn it. That's not the...
I just put Kylo Ren's voice into physics and Sheldon somewhat. For the reason.
Sure, that's what we're going to do. You have to go lower physics. Listen,
No,
Dr.
The
Finn.
reason is, all the good books are being turned into movies, and some of the most annoying people are the ones that start comparing the book to the movie. The movie can be awesome, but then they come out of the movie like, oh, well, they missed this and this on this page, and they missed like this part of the book. I'm like, what the hell? Just enjoy the movie for what it is. I don't want to turn into one of those people, so I just don't read those books in fear that it's going to turn into a movie.
Dr. Finn, that's horse crap. Read the book.
No,
it's simple. Just don't be one of those people. Just don't compare.
Just don't.
Enjoy the novel and then enjoy the movie.
Hard. I haven't read any of the Harry Potters, but I love all of the movies.
Oh
and
my god, the books are amazing.
I know, but then I'm gonna start comparing. I don't want to.
You've not read the Harry Potter series?
God.
Not.
Let's move on before we punch Finn in the dick.
That's it. You have to read them before April.
Oh, put that as part of the one of the challenges.
to.
We'll do a poll, pick a book, and you can donate if Finn has to read it and give us a report on it.
Actually, the last book I read, I think was I still actually have.
I think it was Marketing 310. That's the last book Finn
read. It was
read.
actually no. There was a leisure book that I read. So the last leisure book I read was actually, I think I read it like 6 years ago, and it was actually called, what is it called?
It was
Finn is from How to Break a Terrorist.
Finn is from Mars, Porgs are from Venus. That's what
You don't read any of the Star Wars books, like
50 Shades of Ewok.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Ewok. There you go.
No, the book was called How to Break a Terrorist. I love those like mind kind of books where it like goes into the mindset of like how they dealt with terrorists and how they like broke their mind and like tricked them into different things. Like it was a really cool book. I love those kind of books.
Finn,
I don't like.
Kind of scary that you're into that.
Put it on the Tiltify.
I like mind effing people. What the hell?
Put it on the Tiltify.
What?
I feel sorry for the person that's going to be bunking with you at Disney.
I know, right? Like, what are you reading over there, Finn?
Ranger's gone training to deal with people like me.
Yeah, it's called pain.
Yep. See, Ranger's fine.
What are you reading, Finn? I'm reading one of these books about push-ups. Go. What do you mean? Go, just start knocking.
We'll come back.
Don't forget, he's going to be in a glitter wig too.
I know, right?
Glitter
with sparkles and.
Oh god, you have to play that again now. Look, you can play that again. We need to hear it again.
Okay, let me pull it up. Give me a second, I can pull it up.
Well, what did you want me to put up on the?
Darth Bob said, "My 8-year-old has read Harry Potter."
Yeah. Let me see here, Dana. I have to pull it up. Give me a second. I gotta find it here, and we'll play it. So give me a second.
I'm so excited to hang out with everybody in April, to be honest. Just like all the fans that can possibly show up. I know we have a few that are trying to make it out there and just hang out.
We can tell the dates too. So the run is on April 7th, and it's going to be at 5:30 in the morning for us. But by the time we're done, the parks are going to be open. And so on the 6th and the 7th, we will be going into the parks. And so if you guys want to come down and hang out with us, let us know. We'll be going to the parks on 6th, and if there's a group of us, we'll all go kind of together. Same thing with the 7th. We'll figure out what to do about food and stuff depending on how many people are there. If we're going to eat somewhere in the park, if we're going to go somewhere outside, because there's a lot of things in that Disney area. So we'll
go to KFC and get a big old bucket and go.
Oh yeah,
picnic in the park.
Not on Saturday, we're not.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Go to Hooters for Grande's employees discount.
Yeah, I'm not eating a bucket of KFC the night before a half marathon.
Oh no, this is our reward afterwards.
Oh my gosh, can you guys feel my eyes rolling from there? I just roll out of my head.
You're just gonna walk like a walking artery clog the next day.
Yeah,
and you have to run a half marathon. Like, nope.
We're like running next to Tits, and it's like, God, who smells like Kentucky Fried Chicken? Tits is like, oh, I don't know.
It's like, what's that smell? It's vodka and KFC, bitch.
And desire.
And blue paint that's melting through my skin.
And crack. You don't know me.
And liquid hot magma.
That's for after the race, Finn. You don't eat it. God, what kind of monster are you? All right, here we go. This is for Finn.
What would you like Finity to do?
It's too soft, Ranger.
All right, let me try it again.
What would you like Finity to do? He needs to dye his hair silver with sparkles and glitter and little rhinestones. And he needs to dress up his party. He needs to put a little bow and glitter on his pork hat. And he needs to dress up his AK with sparkles.
There you go.
That's so adorable.
Yeah, she's so adorable.
So there you go. You have to donate now to get me to wear the rhinestone hat, the rhinestone wig with glitter, and I'm gonna get a porg and put a bow and everything on it. For Dana's daughter. You have to.
Did you just see what Mayo Killer just put in there?
Yeah. Oh my god. Did Ranger just snort?
We have a winner.
Did Ranger just snort?
Yes,
that was Tits. Oh my god.
Oh my god, we had the second tit snort?
That was Tits.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Tits has lost it.
I just saw that. It took me a second to let it.
I know, me too. Thinking about you, him. He's my heterosexual life partner, and then going, it's too soft, Ranger. Okay, yeah, it's like
Oh my god.
I blame fatigue. Finn had me working really late last night.
And now famous quotes through history.
So this is what
too
it comes down
soft. It's
to.
too soft, Ranger.
One night I'm keeping up tits all late, and then the next night I'm telling Ranger that it's too soft. This is my future.
I think this is another side to you, man.
Oh my god. Next question.
Jay said, "You get this every day in our guild chat. Come on down, boys."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Next question is from Show's Ghost. I think. Show's Ghost question: have you guys ever been in the same guilds? Nope.
Yes.
Ranger and I have been, but not all of us.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, never all of us have been in the same guild. RC Vormax question: why did Ranger and Grande leave TI? That was a long time ago now.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. They Grande left. I just got in like literally 2 days before Grande left, and they had gotten. TI they like to keep their guilds about 3, and it got up to 6. So there was a huge movement of people, and so he went. I think that's when they formed Dark Lords, if I'm not mistaken. And I was with TI for a while, and then I went to MC. So
there you go. Next question is from Angie Bree 2000. Question: why is health better on crew than protection? He health steals like a crazy amount.
Yes, he counters and all kinds of stuff. It just it's ridiculous.
He gains protection back. Don't get me wrong. Like getting protection on crew is helpful as well, and that's part of the reason why you want the Zeta on his leader. But Kylo, his health steal, I mean, it's ridiculous. He gets 15% health steal, and then he recovers health with his unique. So whenever he takes damage, and so he keeps on recovering like 8% health over and over and over again with Scarred, and it's crazy. If you have a lot of health on him, the amount of health that you have to go through just by damaging him, and then he recovers health, it's insane. So a high amount of health increases what that 8% is, and it just makes it harder to kill him.
Oh god.
But yeah, he recovers protection with his leader, but it's unique. It's Scarred unique is the reason why health is a little bit better on him.
I made the mistake going back and looking at that quote again.
Stop! I just have myself muted because I was doing the thing. It's so perfect. Then I made the mistake of going back in the video and watching you see it for the first time. It makes it worse.
Oh my god.
All right,
next question. Something not about me. Miro Yavchev question. Sorry, one more came to mind. Oh, feel free to ask however many questions you want, Miro. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Do you think Vaz Jedi Asajj lover can come into the game?
We'd love to see him. Love to have him, but we'll see.
There you go. Hellenix question: why do we say don't have MTGP in your roster from a player's perspective, not your guild leader's perspective? I understand the latter, not the former.
Because
you hurt your guild.
You hurt your guild in a lot of ways,
especially in TW.
Yeah, especially TW.
So, well, in some ways,
you won.
In some ways, you end up hurting yourself as well.
Yeah.
Because with a inflated GP, you can't portray your roster correctly to guilds that are looking for people.
Well, yeah, there's an expectation of how you're going to perform, and if it's padded, you're not going to live up to it. You're not.
Yeah, like
somebody's got to be like, oh, he's got a.
You're not going to rise to the occasion.
No. Yeah, your roster's going to be too soft. God damn it. So. We've accepted people with like 2.2 million instead of like 2.8 because some of the 2.8s have too much of a scattered roster. The 2.2s are very focused, and their roster are more effective of the 2.2. So you always want your roster as, and this has changed, right? This is different than what it used to be, and Territory Wars has kind of changed that, because it is about Territory Wars and keeping your GP in check so that it's not overinflated and making it more difficult on others. And so if you have a higher GP, you need to make sure you have teams that are reflective of that. So that's essentially what it is. It isn't necessarily from a guild leader's perspective, but it is for your guild that you're doing it. If you're just looking at your own roster, like you can do whatever the hell you want, it's not going to really matter. But for a guild, it hurts if you have empty GP.
Okay.
Thane Kyrell, question: can you put as a reward for the charity stream that Tits has to change her in-game name to Tits McVoltron?
Oh, he tried this in the last one. He's probably going
It's up to
accomplish it.
It's up to you.
Depends on the price tag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never.
And is it would you do it permanent or is this temporary? So we have to go on both sides there. Permanent or temporary, and how much?
I would do it until the run.
Okay.
Okay.
It'd have to be a lot though.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a lot.
250?
Like 250. Yeah, he's definitely 250.
Why don't you go 350 on that?
You want me to put it up there now?
If you did 250, I like this much.
Put it up
Oh my
right
gosh, I hate
this
McVoltron,
money's gonna
though.
keep
That
going.
is such an awful name.
Okay, so Tits McVenom will change her in-game name to Tits McVoltron.
Kenny J's like, no, a month.
April 7th.
Everybody ate.
Nope, she said April 7th. So until
Oh
7th,
man.
2019. Actually, we'll do April 8th because that's going to be the next day. So on April 8th, you can change it. And then 250.
350.
All right, Thane, you got your wish.
Oh my gosh, he's never gonna live it down. Let me live it down either. Probably put the most in it.
Okay, and you have to do it by April 7th. So you have to do it at least, you have to put it by 11:45 p.m. on April 6th. So it'll be there at least for one day if people hit it. But, okay, and let me
Watch it
No,
overnight.
Jay, no. He said it in Discord name. No.
There we go. So it is officially up now. There is a challenge for 250 that Tits McVenom will change her in-game name to Tits McVoltron until April 9th. Or until April 8th, 2019, as soon as that challenge gets filled. There you go.
Oh, and Mama just said, well, duh for Discord name. Guild rule, in-game name has to match one of your Discord names.
The Tits
Tricky.
matches.
Tricky.
Compare the tits. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's right. Just stop. So, Ranger,
Yeah.
somebody in chat said something about we should all join one alliance and form our own empire. I don't think you and I could deal with Finn or Ranger. Finn or Grande.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with myself. You're right.
But like Finn or Grande on a daily basis.
Well, the reason we keep ourselves kind of in different guilds and different levels is it just gives us all different perspective and stuff, right? So we can come back from different levels of the game and give our insight and stuff. So
Well, we learn more from different areas, different pools of knowledge too. I mean,
so
we don't want to be in the same guild. Like we like each other, we're friends and stuff, and I'm sure we would be fine in the same guild and whatnot.
It wouldn't be a
But
problem. It's just,
what we like to do with RSG is we come at you with like different opinions. Sometimes you might agree with me, sometimes you may agree with Ranger, sometimes you may agree with Tits, sometimes you may agree with Grande, sometimes Loki, Grim. I mean, we do this because we want to share different opinions. It doesn't help to only have one opinion all the time. It keeps your focus very limited, right?
Speaking of Loki,
Yeah, speak for yourself. You don't know me. I'm here for the ladies.
yeah. Speaking of Loki,
Smooth.
is it just me or will he not shut up?
He left.
yes.
See,
I think he's just gone.
He had to go. This was, I'm sure this is like usually the time where he has to go
I
for
know,
dinner and
yeah.
stuff.
It would be fun to be in a guild, but I think I would lose it the minute Finn starts saying, refer to this spreadsheet for this is the farming guide and blah, blah, blah. Ah, no.
Yeah.
No.
On page 214, section 6.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Tits.
Appendix D.
Tits. Look in Discord. Look in our Discord general chat.
I'm scared.
Yeah, you should be. That's
Okay, that's awesome.
That's also not funny because I'm trying to meet Rihanna. That's not funny. That actually hurts me. God damn it. I hope to meet Rihanna, and there you go. That's all kinds of awful.
She's giving the wink too, like I got you, boy.
You know, that's never gonna go away now, Finn.
Apparently, but that actually, why is that against me? That actually speaks worse against Ranger.
You said it, not me.
I said it, but you're the one that's soft.
Well, according to you, that don't mean anything.
Damn straight. Okay. Next question. God damn it! Why are we going back to this topic over? Okay. Next question, John Moran. Can I suggest Atlas Shrugged for Finn to read? You can suggest it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna read it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn it! Then we get these kind of questions. Philip Tropia question: Tits, is there a lot of shrinkage in Frozen in Carbonite?
Well, they do get kind of moody sometimes, so there might be. Who knows?
Some science going on here.
I think it's. I don't think there's much, not enough to be worried about. So come on, slide into those DMs. Let's talk.
God. Okay, next question from Travis Anderson. Question: why can Kylo block 50 million short shots from Rey's blaster, and yet Chewie hits him from 17 miles away with one shot?
Well, that's because he's mother effing Chewbacca.
That's right. Next question from Eric Kamen. I think that's the new name, so welcome, Eric. Question: is Resistance pilot an okay replacement for Trooper in the Jedi training Rey Sith raid team?
No.
Trooper is a long ways away from 7-star.
Scav Rey.
Yeah.
It's either one of those two or both. Resistance pilot just doesn't do enough. Not even...
Resistance pilot is... Okay, so... Yeah, just no. Resistance pilot is much more of a defensive type of attacker, and you're not really doing that defensive stuff. It's the damage just isn't high. You need high damage. It really is Resistance Trooper or Scavenger Ray. And then if you're looking for a fifth and you have Scavenger Ray, then you're looking for a healer to sustain your team. So Visas, Hermit Yoda, or Barris. Barris is definitely the worst. Visas is definitely the best of that, and then Hermit Yoda is in between. So I would not go with Resistance pilot. You can. I mean, it's the Resistance characters. You'll get some of the bonuses and stuff, but it's really not going to be the character that you want. Let's see. Next question is from Miro Yavchev. Question: Toots will like Queen Bug into the game? I'm
guessing the Geonosian Queen is what he's talking about. The Queen Bug.
No.
Oh, and maybe it's supposed to be Tits. Will Tits like the Queen Bug into the game? Because if it's Toots, I'm gonna call her Toots McVenom.
Toots McVoltron.
Toots McVoltron. Oh my god.
I flat out refuse to be called Toots. I'm sorry.
And then that happened.
Yeah.
Tootsie?
Tootsie McVoltron.
Tootsie McVoltron.
No. None of the previous mentioned.
You know, she's gonna like string you up when you all meet up in April.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, she'll do that to Finn, but she ain't gonna be. I'm just looking at her like, I don't think so. Beat up on the
You're
Hindu
a big
over there.
old teddy bear. Like I could do some tears or something, and you'd melt. I know you're weak.
Oh yeah, I would probably go beat someone up for you, but if you try to hang me by my toes, I'd be like, no, I don't think so. Here's a hug, Tiz. I'm not doing it.
Philip Tropia question: do you think General Kenobi starts giveaway?
Ah, Durgan.
Oh Jesus!
What did he say?
Tips McVenom. My God.
I'm in the middle of a battle. I can't read it. Somebody read it out to me.
It says
The Tips McVenom.
Oh gosh, no. No.
It's and then Dark Hideous said it's never Tips McVenom. My God. I love those. Okay. All right. Next question from Philip Tropia. Question is: do you think General Kenobi shard giveaway takes away from members who fought through raids from when they first started?
Nah, it's been around too long.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, and they did this. This isn't the first time they've done this. They've also given away Raid Han shards before, and so I think, in a way, it's actually good. I know that we're worried about like they've already fought for us, they're getting Kenobi and stuff, right? But the new raid is the Sith raid, and everyone is pretty much trying to focus on getting higher in that. Now there are newer players, and the newer players, and like we need to make it so that the newer players are able to get through some of the learning curve quicker. Because the hardest thing is if you continue at even a like semi-casual rate, you're never going to catch up. If you're at a rate where you're like number one in arena, number one in fleet and stuff, you can start catching up slowly over time with people that are at the top without spending any money. But if you're semi-casual, there's no way of getting that. And a lot of games provide a way that like newer players can get a quicker learning curve than when we started. And that's just to bring them a little bit closer. They're never going to like fully catch up, but it'll get them closer to where we are. And we've said this before. I don't remember if you guys agreed with me, but I had said before, like it would make sense to make raids a little bit easier as they become like older raids. Like Rancor can become a lot easier and allow people to get through Rancor and get Han a little bit quicker, and a lot easier once Sith raid is out. And you can maybe make AAT a little bit easier to allow for newer players to get through, because the immediate challenge is Sith raid. Like they can get through and get Kenobi and Han Solo all they want. It's not going to necessarily change their fate in Sith raid. And so they'll struggle against Sith raid and do tier 5 and tier 4 and tier 3 until they catch up. But I don't see why they need to struggle against AAT and Rancor when they're trying to get to kind of the late game stuff, which is the Sith. So I don't necessarily mind it. I think
what I don't like is the fact that they're on a road to making parts of your roster unusable in the raids, like they did with the Sith Triumphant raid.
You mean that leaked image or whatever?
No, like remember when it first came out, no bug fixes or anything. If you were trying to use a debuff team, like your arena team with EP and all that stuff, you couldn't use them. Or use the Vader Wampa team, you couldn't use them. Because nothing would stick, because they had stupid high tenacity. Which they still have.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see how it works. I think that it's not bad to make it so, like, newer players are able to catch up. And I see what you're saying, Carlos. Like, raids are easier because you have better tunes, but the newer players don't necessarily have those tunes, right? Like, think of where you were months ago when you were first doing it, and I mean, that's essentially where they are. Like, you're not going to get Revans, you're not going to get Treyas. They probably don't have, like, Young Han for the AAT. They probably don't have Wampa because their guild event tokens may not be as high as where you are because of your GP. I mean, we see it as easier once we get to higher level, which makes sense. Like, once you're beyond it, it should be pretty easy to get through. You can pretty much auto it, right? But for newer players, it's still a struggle to get through Rancor. Still a struggle for some of them to get through AAT. And it should be made easier for them in order to catch up when it's like a 2 raid differential between the highest raid and what the first raid is, right? Because we're on raid number 3, Rancor is raid number 1. Rancor can become a lot easier, and I don't think anyone would blink an eye because we've all done it so easily. So it's just, It's just a matter of how you kind of look at it. I can see it from both sides where you don't want somebody, you guys worked hard in order to get Kenobi and now it's becoming easier for other people to get it. I understand that. But in general, a lot of games have an easier learning curve once they get beyond a certain point in order to allow for newer players to kind of catch up or feel like they're catching up and not behind in roster. And when you have something like GP where you can easily compare like your roster with somebody newer, you want to see that gap closing. You don't want to always be 3 million behind. You want to see it slowly going down like 2.9, 2.8, 2.7, even if it's over months. Narrowing that gap is a good way of trying to figure out whether or not you're making progress. So just my opinion. For that, I don't see anything wrong with Kenobi being the raid character, and I would actually say more of that would probably help. Do any of you guys disagree with me?
No. I don't mind it being the login character.
No,
I think it'll give the newer players a more incentive to do the raid. Hey,
All right.
All right. Next question is from Thane Kyrell. Question: can we also get a challenge for Ranger to change his in-game name to
No.
Eternal Twins?
Oh.
Not a chance in hell.
Even if it's for 350?
Nope. So let it be written. So let it be done.
But it's for Stu and it's for cancer research.
It
That's
is for
great.
a good cause.
That's a great cause. Not doing it.
Or if it's just for a day.
Oh, and if it's just for a day, then no.
Such a hard ass.
We got to draw the line somewhere, and this Eternal Twins crap has gone far enough.
Okay, so what would you do for a challenge? I think we all have a challenge now. We need to get one for Stanley. But what would you do for a challenge, Ranger?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know yet. I've done stuff in the past. I'll have to think about that one. It will be non-Eternal Twins related, I can tell you that much.
Darth Hideous said it. I agree with you, Hideous. Ranger is a party pooper.
Every party has a pooper.
That's
they invited you.
I don't know. I'll think of something. I will think of something. Just not Eternal Twins.
And I think this is our last question, and it's from DJ Benvera. And the question is, why isn't Fulcrum Ahsoka part of the Revan Arena team?
That's a good question. Why is
not a Jedi?
Yeah, she doesn't get the bonuses, I don't think.
That's pretty much it.
Not
like people tried Fulcrum with Bastila, and it works on offense.
Yeah,
but it doesn't work on defense.
Yeah, because once you get her going with all those buffs, sweet mother Christ, does she hit hard? But the problem is on defense on AI, it's like, no, let's do Yoda. Well, what about no, we'll do Yoda.
Yeah, there's other Jedi components that make the team a little bit better. You can probably run Fulcrum on offense. I haven't seen it, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody ran Fulcrum on offense with Revan and just got all the buffs and did a bunch of damage, but I just don't think it's going to work on defense. Once you put a non-Jedi in there, like you negate some of the abilities of like somebody like Jolie, who really gets going because of Jedi, so...
Yeah, and Fulcrum's AI doesn't work very well with buffers. Hey, I'm gonna pop my meditation thing and gain foresight and retribution, and then next turn use whirlwind.
Yeah.
Instead of saving it for when she has a bunch of buffs.
Force Master has a suggestion, Ranger. He said we could do a challenge for $1,000 and you get a tattoo of Jedi Knight Revan.
Well, since that's going to cost me $1,000, no. Can't even. Are you crazy?
And then $1,000 removing it.
Yeah. No, I would keep something like that, but that's so expensive. Jesus. I wish I could have. I would do it if I could afford it. Maybe one day. That's something to keep in the back burner, though. I might do that for charity in the future because I do want to get some more tattoos.
Revan.
I mean, I would do that for Revan. Yeah, I would get a Revan tattoo, but I mean,
but not Jedi Knight Revan.
No. Get that
his thing was Jedi Knight Revan.
Oh, Jedi Knight Revan? Oh, then that's a no.
Okay, I think we have 2 more
I
questions.
missed that. I think you said we were
yeah.
going to have one question. Finn, you lied.
We did, but people are giving questions. You want to just
these
finish these off?
are the last 2.
Okay, last 2. First one is from the Tor. He said, "Question: Can you tell me the Ranger and Eternal Twins origin story?"
Well, I mean, so we always answer questions about lore and stuff, and I got asked about the Eternal Twins, and then a bunch of buttholes on here. Then I won't say their names.
Thing.
Yeah, thing.
Hey, I am not a butthole.
No, it wasn't really you, Grim. Sorry. Decided they were going to ask me about them every single day. And then when I started ignoring them, what they started to do is ask questions like, "Hey, Ranger, what's your favorite donut when you're hanging out with the Eternal Twins?" Like, "Oh, okay, I see what you're doing there, turd burglar." And it's just been nonstop ever since. So I just pretty much ignore it now.
So that's that. And then the last question is from Dark Bob. Bob. Question: Why does Arena have to go back an hour with the time change?
Well, there's this thing.
It's just because it doesn't really change.
Yeah, so back in the
Our
day,
reference to the time changes, and that's because
game time stays the same. Right?
Yeah, like you can compare what your payout is to like European players, right? And the difference is always the same, even though they do daylight savings an hour before, like a week before we do. The problem is daylight savings. Daylight saving just changes our reference to the universal time because everything is based on the UTC. And our time that we use as a reference is actually shifted because of daylight savings, and it's annoying as hell.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to. I don't know why they do that either. So
I wish daylight savings didn't exist.
Still use daylight savings because it.
I wish it was gone.
It's an outdated thing. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It was back in the day. So a lot of back in the when they first created it was because of a lot of people were farmers. Kids had to go, certain times of the year had to be able to go back to the farm, and so they created this thing, and then it just led to that. So
they need to just get rid of it. I think
it's 2018.
It's just not useful. But the answer is it didn't really. Your reference to your payout time has changed, but the payout time itself has not changed because yours is set to UTC. It's not set to local time, so that's why.
All right.
Yeah. Europe uses daylight savings, but they do it a week before us. So like there was a week where their time was like completely off from ours, and then we do the daylight savings, and then we're back to like that standard difference. So
it's all a big thing.
There is a lot of farming over in Europe as well, so I can understand them staying like that. But over here, we don't run off of just agricultural anymore.
Not as much as we used to. There are in the Midwest a ton of farmers.
It's 2018, not 1967.
Right.
Yeah, and what else? You're right. Like most countries, I think, use some form of daylight savings, and I hate it.
Yeah, I just don't. Let's just get rid of it. All right. So that's all the questions, and that is our stream for tonight. So now we're gonna wrap it up. So we would like to thank. First of all, we'd like to thank our gold Patreons. Boy, do we want to thank them. These are our gold Patreons. We really appreciate all your support and keeping us going. If you'd like to become a Patreon, please go to our page and check out our Patreon page, and you can become a different level of Patreon. We've already hit our first goal, and then we're trying to go for the second goal. So if you'd like to do that, please do. And then, Dr. Finn, we got some live streams going on. We do a lot of live streaming, Dr. Finn.
Indeed, we do. So if you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications of when we do live streams. So we do our lunch hour every working day from Monday through Friday at noon Eastern time. And so we do that for about an hour. It usually goes a little bit long because you guys like to have fun with us during the lunch hour, but it goes on for about an hour. And we do a roster review. We answer questions. We have some fun on different days as well. So on Mondays, we do Weird News. On Friday, we do Guess the Ginger with Sanely Red. And so we have a lot of fun on the lunch stream. So you guys can join us for that. Wednesday night is obviously our Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream, which we do every week for now 125 straight weeks. And we go through the news and notes from the past week and just kind of give you our opinions and thoughts on what you can do to prepare ahead of content that is coming out. Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we do Jedi Academy, which is a pure question and answer stream for 2 hours. You guys come with the questions, we provide the answers, and it's not just us. We are joined by a lot of our really good friends, such as Warrior Presents, Ramon Azab, Jedi Master Dastra, T Money, good old Maurice, King Felix, Mike Hunt. I mean, we have a lot of people there that are really knowledgeable about the game. And, of course, then the RSG crew who kind of ruined that all. So you guys can join us and get some of your questions answered. And we've also been doing some other games as well. So on Tuesday nights, we are doing Tuesday nights, we do PC gaming night, where we do a bunch of different games. Typically, Borderlands is our main game, but we also do other games. We've done Don't Split the Party. We've done Heroes of the Storm. We've done Diablo. I mean, we've done a lot of different games. So this past Tuesday, so yesterday I took Tuesday off because I had some personal stuff going on. And so skip Tuesday, but we'll start up again next week. And we'll be on the lookout for additional streams as well with other games. And then Sunday, we do our Dungeons & Dragons campaign. And that's where Ranger leads a merry group of RSG faithful into a campaign of Faerun and Forgotten Realms. And we try not to die and anger Ranger. So we do that on...
damage.
Yeah. So we do that on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And so if you guys are able to, join us for that. And... are we ready for our end stuff, Ranger? Okay. So one last thing, as we mentioned, we are raising money for the American Cancer Society, and we mentioned the pages again. All of them are linked. I'm not going to go through all of them again. We have the Tiltify, we have the American Cancer Society page for us. We also have our webpage, which gives all the information. Part of the stuff on there is also the story of Stu, and so we wanted to end the stream today with Stu's story. And if you haven't heard it yet, we hope you guys sit through this. It is, just to let you guys know, it's 7 minutes, but it goes through everything Stu has been through over the last few months, and it is really what has inspired our entire Stu Strong campaign and really pushing towards the fundraising for the American Cancer Society. So, Ranger, we'll go ahead and get that started, and we appreciate any and all of your support, whether it's monetarily or whether it's just supporting us with the chat and spreading the word. We appreciate all of you guys. We have, I think, the greatest gaming community that I've ever had with any game, and so we appreciate all of your support, and we look forward to working with you guys as we approach April.
I've been fighting cancer. You know, if you remember a channel update that I did a while back, I was talking about how I wanted to find a job that had steadier hours and everything like that, and I did, and life was pretty good there for literally like a couple of weeks. I found a new job that I really liked, making more money on top of what I was doing before. Hours were steadier. You know, the wife and I were talking about, you know, making some moves and stuff. I started buying equipment to make better YouTube videos for you guys. And then my cancer diagnosis happened. I was diagnosed with papillary thyroid cancer. And the thyroid is a muscle, a butterfly-shaped muscle at the base of your throat. If you can't tell, my voice is still recovering from surgery. Unfortunately for me, my cancer spread to my lymph nodes. So it went outside of my thyroid. And when they went in for surgery, they found more swollen lymph nodes than they originally thought I had. And then even worse news, a couple of the lymph nodes busted open, their capsules broke and attached to the jugular vein on the left side. This was all pretty much on the left side. So my surgery involved being cut open basically from my ear, all the way down and over here. And they had to take out muscles and veins, my jugular, the thyroid, and all that stuff. After surgery and everything, obviously, I had to go through radiation. So with thyroid cancer, you take all of your radiation at once. You don't get small dosages over time. It's all at once. And you physically become dangerous to other human beings, so you have to be quarantined. You have to stick to 1 or 2 rooms, preferably a bedroom and a bathroom have to be yours. No one else can use it. You can't go near anybody, because then you run the risk of giving them cancer because you're so radioactive. So I've completed that now, and now we wait. So in about 6 months from now, I'm going to go in for another whole body scan, and hopefully nothing lights up when they do the contrasting iodine whole body scan. Last time I had it done, all the cancer was in my throat. It hadn't spread beyond that, which is a good sign. The downside is that papillary thyroid cancer is very slow. Like with the extracapillary extension. So a couple of those lymph nodes busted open and attached to my jugular. Just because they attached doesn't mean that the cancer went into my jugular and spread. And from the scans and tests and everything that was done after surgery, after they did that, and the pathology reports and everything, shows that it didn't spread. There wasn't enough time for the cancer cells to go and start infecting all the other stuff, which is good. But the downside is that it is so slow growing that if one of those cells did get into my jugular and did travel somewhere in my blood system, or it has traveled to my lungs or something like that, it may not show up for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. So the unfortunate side to it being so slow is that the doctors told me that I will never be cured of it. So I'll never be cured of it. I'll never be I'll never be deemed cancer free. The best I can ever hope for is to be in remission. I'll have to go for testing every single year for the rest of my life, on top of being on all the thyroid replacement pills and everything for the rest of my life. And it's life-changing. Cancer has scarred me physically, emotionally, internally. I mean, it's been hard on my family. It's been hard on my wife. Now, let's try to get happy. Like I said, my treatment is completed. We'll find out in about 6 to 8 months if I am in remission and that there's no sign of cancer. So in the meantime, for the first time in what feels like a very, very long time, I don't have to worry about scans and blood tests and surgery and radiation and precautions and all this other stuff. I'm kind of free now for at least 6 months. Hopefully we can get rocking and rolling soon. With me getting back to playing guitar, obviously I haven't played guitar in months because of the surgery, and I was opened up pretty wide, so things have been a little funky with my fretting hand and everything, so I haven't really been able to play at all. I'm thinking about doing a live stream. Yeah.
Oh no, it's falling apart! It's falling apart! I can't. Ah!